Damage we can do.
Oh no!
And then, I know.
Start it.
And then a little button you walk over, press it, and you hear your chick going.
It's the Bob and Tom Show. The fabulous Todd Snyder. Hello, everybody. How about you? It's the Bob and Tom Show. Christy not here yet. She's wandering around, probably getting our breakfast together there.
Or she putting on her face, as my grandma used to say.
Putting on her face.
Or sharpening something.
To stab you in the eye with.
Hello,
What
Pat.
did I do?
Hi, Pat Godwin.
Hi, Chick McGee.
Hey, Josh Arnold.
Hi.
Hey, Ace Cosby. Hey, Chick. Congratulations, Raiders. Box them up. Send them to the Super Bowl.
Undefeated, baby.
Undefeated, baby, is what he said. I'm
Yeah.
Chick McGee at the sports desk. We'll have other
Technically.
sports. And there's Tom. Hi, Tom.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey, man.
Morning.
The Hall of Fame game.
Yeah, prime time on a television conventional network during a weeknight. Get used to that. And I bet they get a big number, Tom. I bet they get like a 10. A 10 or higher.
Yeah.
You on? You want to bet? Fiver? 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 Come on.
You want to bet a fiver on a tenner?
Huh? Fiver on a 10?
Yeah, the new world of network television.
Yes, sir.
Sports getting the biggest numbers out there.
Apparently there was a weather delay because
Yeah,
I wondered
lightning.
why I rolled over to watch the news and the game was still on.
I don't want to hear
lightning.
about you being in bed rolling around, okay?
Did you hit anybody? When you rolled, was there anybody else there to...
Clear sailing.
So any...
So you enjoyed yourself?
a little jacking of the...
The remote. He hijacked the remote.
It really isn't a joke there, is there? Much of a double entendre. Very, very good. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. Did you mention our guest coming up today?
No, because I don't care for this man.
What?
And I want to get it out there right now.
He's got dreamy eyes. Come on.
I never gotten along with him. No, I'm kidding, of course. He's one of our favorites. It's the fabulous Ryan Singer. He will be here.
Oh, we'll find out what kooky nonsense
Yes.
Ryan's up
There's
to.
no odder man on the stand-up stage right now than Ryan Singer.
He is a
agree with
delight.
He's really worth seeing, yes.
Former waiter at...
I don't remember this
Was
story.
it Applebee's or...
Something like that, but I do remember he was asked not to be a waiter there anymore.
I know that he was also asked not to be on a dating app.
That's right.
Because of a profile picture he put up. And he just pretty much cut to the chase. He was not messing around.
He showed his...
That was just his profile. Yes, that was his profile picture.
Oh, my God.
Right on. He said, let's face it.
Who are we kidding? Yeah.
Who are we kidding? Here. You want a date? Here it is. You want a date?
That really wouldn't have worked,
No. It worked for a little bit. Until they kicked him off the site.
Okay, well, we'll find out more. Also today, a special edition of Sexy Time with Allie Breen. So we'll certainly look forward to that. If you've never heard that segment, by all means, stick around all day to hear it because it is so exciting as we
Also,
try to help people with their love lives. Yes.
Brittany Griner got her sentence yesterday, 9 years for the cannabis in Moscow. And as if she doesn't have enough trouble, Justin Bieber's announced that he wants to help. Get Brittany
How's
out of
he
Moscow.
gonna help?
I don't know, but
I think that they're going to end up trading her for, what is it,
Yeah.
the Mr. Death? What do they call it?
Yeah, big political prisoner, like some arms dealer. Or
Yeah.
something.
So,
I saw that.
Who could be listening right now, by the way, where he's incarcerated.
Could be,
Hey,
yeah.
good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going? Well, yeah, that's some serious business in sports. But the Hall of Fame game.
Hall of Fame game last night, and let's get to the score.
Did you watch?
No. Raiders 27-11, winners over the Jacksonville Jaguars.
But again, none of the starters for the most part.
The starters were there, though. Derek Carr and Devontae Adams.
They were ready to go.
But you love football so much. I'm surprised you didn't watch.
No, not this football.
Really?
I'll watch the Washington team's preseason games, I guess. I'm kind of even on the fence about that yet.
Aren't they down to are they down to 3 now?
Yeah, 3
per team?
preseason games. Well, I think the Raiders have 4 now because the Hall of Fame game counts as an extra.
And your very wise statement about preseason football?
Well, the games don't count but the injuries do. Did I say injuries? What the hell's wrong? What a hillbilly. Yeah, injuries do. Yes.
Okay.
They sure do.
All right. Well, get ready. It's going to be fun.
The Deshaun Watson situation has escalated somewhat. The NFL has said 6 games is not enough. And Commissioner Roger Goodell has chosen former New Jersey Attorney General Peter C. Harvey to hear the appeal. The NFL has said forever they want him suspended for a year and fined a substantial number of dollars. But the problem you get into now is, if you notice how the NFL released the Deshaun Watson 6 games story and then immediately followed it up with the Dolphins tampering story, they wanted to do a little misdirection there and hopefully get the Watson story out of the news cycle. Well, what they've done and what they had to do, because by all accounts, it was too short of a suspension. 6 games was not enough. So now they have to extend the news cycle again, and it's just a black eye for the NFL, of course. But we'll see how long this continues.
I think they should have a talk show with the owner of the Patriots and Deshaun talking about what they like to do when they're at a massage parlor.
You know what? You know, as much as you want to mention that every time, I don't but no one has mentioned the Robert Kraft situation.
It's the same thing.
And it's not. It's a different thing.
Oh, because they know what they're paying for?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. So it's still a little bit closer to human trafficking than...
Did you see the lawyer for the ladies? What's his name? Busby? He was... not Busby Berkeley.
The Elvis masseuses
Peter Busby.
in his big pool.
He just hit me wrong yesterday, man. He had this open collar, a $10,000 sport coat, a white shirt, and a little pink. Not a pocket square, but a burst of color from
oh boy,
pop of color.
Yeah, and he touched his both temples with his index fingers a couple times.
Who was this?
And the lawyer for the women who were suing, who for the most part settled, except one lady has not settled. So.
Okay, well, wouldn't it be fun to
hit me wrong,
watch some real football games?
You're on with these broads. My clients.
That's the thing. The NFL wants to get back to business as usual, but
who doesn't?
The Watson thing has derailed everything.
This needs to end. We need a happy ending.
As they keep.
Oh, wait a minute.
As they keep mentioning, the largest segment of the fan base in the NFL, the largest growing fan base, are women, and they're not going to. They need a punishment for this guy, which I'm not publicly. I'm neither here nor there on this thing. So get off my back. Although my question is, one woman? Well, okay, maybe 2. Well, boys will be 3. Oh, there were 3. Oh, well, still he might be 4. Oh, he might have a problem. 5.
So we're getting
23.
We're getting into some Bill Cosby numbers.
Didn't the grand jury say no?
The grand jury said there was no evidence of criminal activity.
What are you going to do?
What the grand jury said, yes.
They know more. They know more about it than any of us, presumably.
True,
but it was just like the Matt Lauer situation. It's like, well, at least he didn't have a button under his desk to lock the door. Oh, he did. Okay, well,
I just like the fact that as part of the settlement, the team has to approve any massages that he gets.
That's all right.
So I think it's going to be, like I said, a big hairy guy. This is your masseuse, Lloyd.
Sean, are you ready?
Lloyd used to play semi-pro ball before he hit 400 pounds.
Some people don't like to have a massage from the same-sex person.
No, it moved.
They don't. They'll request.
Little homophobia there, Pat?
No, the Seinfeld episode.
Well,
it's true.
There are scenarios where there are some men who don't want to know if, they might be gay, I guess, is what they're thinking.
I don't think that would make you gay.
Well,
let's just move forward.
What if you start rubbing me? Would you give me a massage?
No. Thank you very much.
Come on, massage your friend.
People don't have, it'll be just us. We don't have to
We got something new to talk about here.
What?
Krista, she's beautiful, she's classy, she's brilliant. People can't stop staring. Oh, yes, Krista is Steven Singer's most beloved engagement ring. She's not going to let you down. Picture this. She's a bright white, flawless to the eye, near colorless, high-quality, round, brilliant cut diamond from Steven Singer, expertly set into a classic gold solitaire Tiffany-style setting. Krista will guarantee you a yes. That's right. When you pop the question, you want that yes sound. I think I have actually have the sound here.
Search contains a golden drop of Rexin.
Oh, that's the wrong sound. Is this it? Nope, neither one.
You can't run that anymore. It breaks my headphones every time.
I'm so sorry. What is the sound you want to hear? Yes. Steven Singer Jewelers. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com. Click on Krista Ready for Love Diamond Engagement Ring, the smartest way to buy a real diamond and real diamond jewelry for someone you love. If you're thinking of popping the question, don't forget fast and free shipping. That's right. 12 months interest-free financing, a 100-day, 100% no-hassle money-back guarantee in case she says,
Oh, boy. Yeah.
gotta have the backup because you want to hear.
That's better.
I've got the sound
That's
effects.
irritating, but not nearly
No, but I've got the sound effects right now. Thank you. You're very welcome. When we come back in sports, we have...
the Python Challenge has started in Florida.
Oh, take a look at these. A 23-inch pythons, brother.
It's a contest. Gather up pythons. Me and the Arnold boys.
Oh, yeah,
are going
when are you
down
guys
there.
going?
Any day, baby.
All right.
Any day.
And coming up, we have something new from Ric Flair.
Woo!
Thank you very much.
Woo, is it? No.
It's just one woo.
I'm sorry.
Okay. We're not on the set of a Hong Kong Kung Fu movie. Mr. Woo. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, Mark Allison along with you. Hey, John Evans, also known as the High Plains Thrifter. You can catch him on the YouTube channel if you enjoy those type of things. Thrifting, garage sailing, going to flea markets, flipping furniture, buying it, repainting it, selling it for more. Yeah, that's what John Evans does. In addition to being a great stand-up comedian, he's found his niche and his world. He loves that whole thing. And if you want more, it's High Plains Thrifter on the YouTube. John Evans is his name, and he's one of the featured guests that come through here. You never know who you're going to hear from day to day. Perhaps today, Jeff Oskey, comedian Ryan Singer, and Sexy Time with Allie Breen. That's right. That's who's going to be coming through here today on a Friday. It's August 5th. Thanks for getting up and joining us. Get another cup of coffee, and let's do this. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. Kevin Spacey's already paid this loss of his main job and, of course, reputation due to sexual harassment claims. Now he's going to have to pay a lot of money. A Los Angeles judge has backed up a private arbiter's ruling that Spacey and his production companies must pay nearly $31 million to the makers of House of Cards. According to producers, firing Spacey caused them to stop work on season 6, rewrite episodes to remove his character, and do fewer shows than usually they would have. Baseball card collectors know that you can pay big bucks for a rookie card, but would you pay big bucks for a Mark Zuckerberg card? Well, Ali Tortino hopes you will, because he had him in his camp as a young kid. And apparently Zuckerberg was signing baseball cards of himself and handing them out as mementos. Tortino found one, and he's now putting it up on Facebook, and he'll also sell it as an NFT. And Lady A will be postponing their tour till next year while Charles Kelly works on his sobriety. The group posted on social media that they are a band and, more importantly, a family, and will take time to support each other. That tour was supposed to start August 20th in Memphis. New dates will be announced in the coming days. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian John Campanera.
Vin Scully is funny because he's one of these announcers that loves to read lips. Wait a minute, here comes Tracy out of the dugout. He's in the umpire's face. It appears he wants to take the ump to Fuddruckers after the game. You know what makes me laugh is Skip Carey, Harry's son. He does the Atlanta Brave games.
Sure.
I listen to this guy when I can't sleep.
And Chipper Jones takes one on the outside. 3-1 on Chipper Jones. Don't forget all week long, we got the best of the Duke right here on TBS. John Wayne right here on TBS. There's a long fly ball. Looks like that's out of here.
I love that.
And you know, Harry's going, I can't believe that's my son. You know, Harry would get excited over the dumbest stuff. Hey! Check out the kid in the sombrero.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Becky is on the Heavy Pour Tour. When you say heavy pour, Josh thinks you're talking about what he does when you pass him the gravy.
You see, I'm an overweight man, Becky. And what we fatty fats do is food isn't enough. You have to put something on it, whether it be a heavy cream or a gravy or maybe another entree. Special sauce. Nobody's better than me.
I haven't heard this in a while.
I haven't either. I enjoy it.
Sorry, Becky. I didn't mean to embarrass you.
Embarrass her.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
If you want to turn your daddy parts orange, eat some Cheetos and watch some porn.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Oh, he was so sweet. It was our first date, and he went all out. He bought me dinner, he got me drunk, and then I got bald.
Oh, did you ever? It was perfect.
Britney Spears recently shocked the world with her latest fashion statement. A completely shaved head. Now, to commemorate Britney's new look, Bob and Tom Labs is proud to introduce their new perfume, Bald. B-A-L-D. Bald. A fragrance for today's unraveling woman. She's kooky, she's crazy, and she's getting bald.
Tomorrow's my girlfriend's birthday, and she'll definitely be getting bald.
What woman wouldn't love to get bald?
My wife and I are celebrating our 30th anniversary soon. I thought she'd be thrilled when I told her she was gonna get bald, but she just rolled over and went back to sleep.
Okay, almost everybody wants to get bald. Be sure to get some today. Just look for the slick box, and you'll know you're getting bald. B-A-L-D. Bald.
Essential morning radio. All day and all night.
Really? No, seriously. Really?
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hi, chick.
That sounded odd. The chick sounded odd.
Did it?
Yeah.
Hi, chick.
Yeah, that's better.
Sounded insincere to me.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Hi, chick.
Oh, that sounded sexy.
Sarcastic.
I bet Pat give me a massage by God.
Oh, yeah.
Or I'd massage Pat. I don't care.
Yeah, what the hell?
You'd shave each other's backs?
Yeah, get in there. You know, there's
But now I can't unsee.
Tom, what would you do if you walked into a room and you saw Pat and Chick shaving each other's backs?
I'd go, I just say to myself, yep, I always thought so.
You know, there's a
school
of thought that says that your trauma is hidden in your muscles, and you rub that out, get those nuts out of there.
That's a school of thought, is it?
Yeah, I think it's called Rolfing or something. I had a Rolfing one time. You don't go back.
You know what? I did that one time too.
You get your ass kicked.
Is there where they separate the tissue from the bone? And
Yes.
then
They
you
try.
bleed internally. A great idea.
Hi, Josh Arnold. How are you, Butter?
You know what? Call me Butter. I like it.
How are you, Butter?
Josh Butter.
We're having a day.
There's Ace Cosby.
That's just mean,
Buddy.
Josh.
You said it.
Ace Cosby, fan of the soon-to-be world champion Las Vegas Raiders.
Thank you.
Chick McGee at the sports desk, and here's Tom.
We had some big breaking sporting news. Brittany Griner, 9 years in sentencing.
9 years, and now Justin Bieber's jumped up. And said,
but-
my gosh, I want to help.
I heard that the Russians, they want to trade.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they want some arms dealer cash and 2 spies to be named later. When is the deadline? When's the trade deadline? What do we...
I think we just passed the Major League.
I think for this guy, we should get about 9 of our people for...
Yeah.
Well, doesn't this just encourage every time anybody goes over to Russia now, they get hauled into jail so they can trade it for some... This thing is...
Well, there are other people over there that...
there are a lot of people over there that shouldn't be.
Right, that should be
Maybe
part
traveling
of
to
this.
Russia, bad idea. What do you think? I don't know.
Yeah. You think she's had a talk with her agent yet? Hey, why'd you send me here? I couldn't have gone anywhere else to play.
The money was great, but maybe I should have left my
hash oil.
Yeah, no joke.
Maybe when I pack, I should be careful about where I put my what do they call it? My your rig, your fix. What is it? Your
vape thing. I don't know what they call it.
My works, I believe. Is that still the technical term?
Well, I'm going to say to speed things along, yes. So go ahead.
Okay, that's what Lou Reed mentions.
I'll never forget going
waiting
to Tijuana.
for my man.
Tijuana was the first foreign country I'd ever been to, and I was scared to death. In Tijuana, which is the most Americanized place on earth.
Yeah, you could bring a dead body into Tijuana.
They don't care. I remember going to the restroom at a restaurant we were at, and standing at the toilet. You know how you look around when you urinate? You look around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there were wires hanging out of every hole in the ceiling. And I thought, well, this wouldn't meet code in the USA.
United, what is it? United Laboratories, whatever the hell.
UL has no place in Mexico. No.
These are not grounded by any means.
It was quite the mess.
I see. Well, in sports, what's happening?
Yeah, hunters, enthusiasts, experts, spectators, me, and the Arnold brothers will descend upon the Everglades and embark on the Florida Python Challenge. This is an annual event to curb the invasive Burmese python. The python, non-venomous, a threat to Florida's native wildlife, and are scary, and is larger than almost all the other snakes, according to the FFWCC. That's your Florida Fish Wildlife Conservation Commission. The studies have shown pythons have wiped out rabbit and fox populations.
Oh, my gosh.
The commission says hunters may catch and humanely kill Burmese pythons at the time of capture during the 10-day competition, which starts today.
You have to strangle them.
The challenge is a conservation effort aimed at raising public awareness of the threat pythons pose to the ecosystem.
I will do this next year.
What's wrong with this year?
Well,
I can't leave today.
Yeah, we kind of got,
Is that fake?
Yes, that snake's fake.
That's crazy.
The one in the truck.
There's one wrapped around a truck that looks like it's 50 feet long.
Yeah, it's fake.
That's fake.
You've been showing us that like you thought it was real?
Hey, you know what? I believe it.
That one's real.
Okay.
And that's part of my people. That guy there wearing the
It's from a website
is this
called
really
Brutal
gonna,
Nature.
Is this really going to put a dent in the population of these things?
Well, I think it's out of control probably, and I don't know how they're going to stop.
It will put a dent.
But it will be somewhat of a slowing of it.
And there are prizes for the longest snake and the...
is there something useful can they make cool boots out of them or pants?
Yes. In fact, one guy says he makes Apple Watch bands.
Oh, cool.
Out of it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
First place winner for the most pythons gets a $2,500 cash prize.
That's not chicken feed.
Second place.
Seems a little light.
I was getting ready to say the same thing. That's not enough.
Second place, $750. The longest python grand prize, that's also up for grabs, is $1,500. Second place.
Wait, you're going to spend that much
getting there?
Getting the boat ready?
Yeah.
Seems like a little cheap to me.
I like it.
These close-up pictures of these pythons, especially with their tongue coming out, it is terrifying.
See, yeah, my brother Jeff's out. I don't know about my other brothers. I'm in. I'm doing it.
You would do this?
Absolutely.
Here's your problem.
What's your problem?
In June, biologists captured the state's largest ever python.
Yeah.
A female with 122 eggs.
There you go.
Yikes.
And the remains of an adult white-tailed deer in her tummy. She was 215 pounds and 18 feet long.
How are you going to pick that up?
She's eating for 113.
But I mean, even if they how many are they going to capture? If they capture 113, that's just one snake full of, I don't know.
Yeah, no, this is helpful.
That's terrifying.
They're not venomous.
This should not exist on Earth.
This is like those hippos in where are they in South America now?
You know,
Colombia.
The drug dealer.
Escobar's hippos. Yeah, it's really it's a problem.
That reminds me of something, Pat.
No, seriously, how do you pick up a 215-pound python?
It's a team. You're part of a team.
Well, you got to work out.
You know, the guy whose head is being swallowed by the python.
Yeah.
He picks up the head.
Oh, okay.
This isn't willy-nilly.
He stands, and therefore...
Well, you're going to need a semi.
No.
You're going to need something to put that...
When we go down there next year, we're going to have to get a couple trucks.
Yeah.
Equipment. I'm thinking one of those snare nooses around their necks,
Yeah, we definitely at least need snake hooks.
Snake hook.
The guys that do this know what they're doing. You two guys, I can just see one of you falling out of the boat and then being dragged underwater.
We're with those guys.
You know how they catch them.
Oh, you think some of these guys who were actual badass hunters are going to have you climb?
That's how this works. Yes, you are teamed up with them.
Why would they take you on?
For this whole thing.
But they're going to look at you and go, oh, this guy looks like a badass.
No, they're not. They're going to look at me and go, hey, you know what?
Don't let him sit near the cooler.
You know this is a show on TV, right?
They drive down these Everglade roads. They drive down the roads with spotlights, and they see them in the ditch, basically.
And that one badass guy, he walks around with no shoes on or anything.
That way you can feel him, yeah.
Oh, God.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. I just got the biggest case of the willies I can remember.
Yeah, you're not going to. I can see it. You're going to go down, and then I'm going to Key West, and you're going to end up renting a car and leaving me with Python Man.
Driving up to West Palm, laying on the beach. Yeah. What happened, Josh? Oh, he did, huh? Yeah, I thought he was going to rape one of us.
Because I'm out.
That's why I got the hell out of there.
I was going to say something, but I thought, well, what if it doesn't happen?
Sorry, buddy. I don't want to ruin your time.
Well, this reminds me, Pat, do you remember the story about the alligator that they found and inside the alligator's belly?
And then find a license plate?
That's a movie, you idiots.
No, they found
it's Jaws.
They found a dog collar.
Oh, that's right.
No, they find a lot of dog collars and a lot of gators' bellies. Yes.
And they remember this, and the one guy remembered the collar enough of the imprint on the tag. They tracked the guy down. And he goes, "Yeah, I was walking near that river, 20 years ago with my dog. I never did see him again." And a gator had eaten him. So did you have a tune about that, Pat?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Alligator, why'd you have to eat that dog? You have a lake full of frogs and fishes. Living in LFLA, you get more daring every day. How could you find a shotgun so delicious? But isn't that our fault for feeding you? That's why you eat our cats. Give me the number of the Gator hotline so I can call to get you out of the yard. You gotta go and let go of Flo. That's my mother-in-law. She's 95 years old. Can't digest a walker. Go find a turtle or eel. Oh, 'cause Flo's not a tasty meal. Alligator, why'd you have to eat my wife's mother, Flo? Kind of stumbled through that, but I barely remembered it.
I'm almost demanding that we hear "Operator" by Jim Croce.
I love that.
That's
a great
song. That
song.
is such a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for the dime.
A little bit of a.
What do you mean?
Puss fest, if you ask me.
Oh, really?
Whiny.
So sad.
It's a beautiful song.
And that nice change there, right there in the middle. Oh yeah,
it's a sweet, happy song.
Kind of a boring.
Oh my God.
Okay, well, could we get back to alligators and snakes?
I don't like. There's another great song.
I don't like spiders and snakes.
And that ain't what it takes to love me. You fool, you fool. No Jim Stafford?
That one's a little boring.
A little Jim Stafford for that ass?
We have to, somebody's probably crawled up the...
That's our new character we're working on.
Left of,
the Nicky Dicks, I think, have reached there.
They're going to do a song?
No, it's the crappy old guys. No, whatever you guys say, I don't give a damn about.
Not crabby, I'm just realistic.
You know what it takes me is white people.
Well, he doesn't like those guys either.
No, that's some good guitar in there.
That's nice.
I had not noticed that before. Aaron Rodgers says he experienced the best day of his life. Aren't you interested?
Yes.
Of course you are. He did mushrooms with his then girlfriend Danica Patrick for the first time in Peru when they were together.
Wow.
It's a quote from the New York Post. It goes like this. I was dating Danica at the time, and relationship was great for me because she's on her own journey, and spirituality was important to her. Aaron continues, the best day of my life. we did mushrooms on a beach with friends. We both were finding our way, learning about different things, practicing meditation. My intention the first night going in was, I want to feel what pure love is. I want to know what that was my intention, and I did. I really did, Rodgers said. I had a magical experience with the sensation of feeling 100 different hands on my body, imparting a blessed...
Wow, sounds like Deshaun Watson.
This was all at the same time, though.
Oh.
He came
because I guess Deshaun only technically had 48.
24. Well, 24 came forward.
There you go. So, but Deshaun's on a journey to get 100 hands on his body.
And actually, it was 23 in one hook. There was a girl who was, filling in.
Ooh,
wow.
That's a massage.
But let me tell you something.
You want to go deep with a massage. That's going to hurt.
Left-handed Lori, she massages just as many people.
That's right.
The other girl
wouldn't even know she's only got one hand in a hook.
Wouldn't even know. She warms the hook up before she goes.
That's thoughtful.
It's a warm hook.
Why is this making the news?
Because he's Aaron Rodgers, and every time he
that's
speaks.
Fine. I can't wait to watch him play some football. Well, good for him if he had a good time. I would be. Would you want to take mushrooms in a foreign country?
Well, of course not.
I came close, but
because I'd be weird because you're already kind of nervous, and if anything goes wrong, and you walk up to someone trying to explain that there's a blue elephant flying above your head. They don't speak English.
Lots of people do it in Jamaica.
Have you watched the current Bill Burr special that's on Netflix? No. He talks about doing mushrooms. It's well worth checking out.
I was offered the chance in Amsterdam, and I said no because I'd never done it before for that very reason.
Yeah, not my thing.
I like my mushrooms sautéed with a nice...
Isn't that good?
Nice roast beef.
Oh, yeah, like a nice chanterelle.
Perhaps a nice steak.
Mushroom and Swiss burger.
Yeah, I don't need to be seeing blue elephants flying.
Doug Stanhope and I were doing a comedy show in Alpine.
I thought you were going to say doing mushrooms.
Yeah, well.
So we're backstage before the game, and Doug's ex-wife, now attorney, was the middle. I don't know. It's a typical Doug Stanhope story, though. And Doug said, we're going to do some mushrooms. And I go, oh, okay, great. He goes, wait a minute, do you live here? I go, no, I got to fly back. And he goes, I can't give you mushrooms. if you're going to get on a plane tomorrow, I can't give you mushrooms. So Dougie's looking out for me.
Yeah, that was nice of him.
It was nice of him.
Because I would have done him. I was up for anything at that point in my life. I couldn't care less. Not like now. I'm sincere and wonderful to be around. And hey, speaking of that, I do my best during the NFL season. We had the first game, in quotes, last night in Canton between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's right, kids. It's a Hall of Fame game. And Josh Jacobs and Zamir White. And Josh Jacobs is changing his name this year, too. Josh Jacobs.
Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Oh,
that's my name, too.
Whenever we go out,
the people always shout,
hey, that's Josh Jacobs Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Raiders beat Jacksonville 27-11, and as is the tradition, the NFL now will put their giant machine in motion and make them come out as the Super Bowl champion there sometime next February.
Got a text for you, Christy.
Yes.
We were talking about hunting these snakes.
The pythons,
the ones that are not indigenous to Florida but are all over the place. Someone texted this message. Christy, you asked how someone could pick up a 250-pound snake.
Yes.
First, buy her a few drinks, tell her she's pretty, and then slither right in.
That's how you pick her up, yeah. What did it say about slither?
Slither right in. Okay, thank you very much. Astute listener picking up on. We certainly appreciate that.
And it was made official yesterday. Brittany Griner's sentence is 9 years in a Russian prison for the CBD oil or whatever she had there in her carry-on, and President Biden's come out and said send her home, talking to Russia to send her home, and now the negotiations begin, I guess.
And when's the trade deadline? What is it again?
It's not the trade deadline.
Two commies to be named later. What was it?
The All-Star break.
Okay.
And
I'm sorry, I forgot it was my fault.
You know what?
I sold it to her.
I bet the trade deadline is 2 days before midterms.
This is setting up to be might be a big-time issue there in the first week in November.
Isn't the guy they want to trade for literally called the Merchant of Death?
I thought so. He's an arms dealer.
Okay, right? I don't know. I think if you ask him, he would say, yes, I am a merchant. But if people die, that's not on me. I'm just the merchant.
Okay.
And I've never cared.
Don't blame the
name.
merchant.
No, you don't blame the messenger.
I'm in sales.
I'm a salesman. That's all.
Some say solutions.
That's right. More sports coming up, including, oh, goodness, Mark Zuckerberg is entering his robot body.
Oh, I like this. This
into the world of sports.
This is a fun story.
We'll have a Ric Flair story. Woo! And
and an interesting thing happened.
Slime. Who likes slime? Who wants to get slimed? We got plenty of slime.
Is that still a thing?
Like
Slime?
the Nickelodeon slime?
Yeah.
Making slime?
Making slime.
Oh, you're right. That was huge.
remember that?
It's big, yeah.
I don't know if it's as big as it was.
My kids actually did that.
That was huge.
My kids are still doing it.
They are?
Same here.
If you go to the drugstore and buy, what is it? You have to buy
glue,
contact lens solution, and I don't know.
What?
Saline? Really?
I forget what it is you have to buy.
Something hydraulic. Your boy makes slime, Pat?
Yeah, loves it.
How old is he now?
11.
Well, he'll be making even more slime in a couple of years.
Oh, wow.
Hey, if you're laughing at this show, you should be, because we're fun.
Oh, aren't we good?
But boy, oh boy, you should hear us with Raycon Earbuds. We take it up another couple of notches with Raycon's everyday earbuds. Of course, they look, feel, and sound better than ever with 3 different sound profiles to match whatever you're listening to. There's funny, funnier, and funniest. And also, they have a noise isolation and awareness mode, so you can choose to be immersed in sound or tune into your surroundings when you need to. You can listen while you travel or during your grueling workout. Optimized gel tips with Raycon earbuds fit every ear ever made, and they're comfortable enough for all-day wear. They will not budge. And with Raycon, you also get 8 hours of playtime, 32 hours of battery life, all this for half the price of other premium audio brands. It's no wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 49,000 5-star reviews. And they come in a lot of colors. There's a red Raycon, or blue, white, black. They've got them all. And right now, you can go to buyraycon.com/Tom and get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off your Raycons. Buyraycon.com/Tom.
Thank you very much. Coming up in sports, once again, we have Mark Zuckerberg, the head of Facebook, now called, was it Meta?
Yes.
As in Musil.
Right.
Metamucil, yeah.
He's in the news in sports. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
With us in the studio, comedian John Garrett. You have a straight job? I mean, like a normal day-to-day thing?
Yeah, I actually do. I'm actually a CPA, believe it or not. Yeah, and
that spells party.
Yeah, it does. Most people think CPAs are hysterical. Yeah. No, of course not. We're dorks, big dorks. But and honestly, on behalf of all accountants out there, I'd like to say that we don't all do taxes. Some of us prefer to embezzle. It's much more lucrative. I read recently Willie Nelson wrote a song called Whatever Happened to Peace on Earth as his little protest to the war in Iraq. And my immediate thought was, why does he care? It's not like it's his tax dollar being put to use. I mean, I think the U.S. government should write a song called Whatever Happened to Willie's 1040. Yeah, there's a tax joke for the accountants.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just ruined it.
Friday, August 5th. That's right. We've already made it to Friday. Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning on Bob and Tom 24/7. My name is Mark Allison. You can catch any part of the show you missed later today on our Bob and Tom YouTube channel. That's right. The Bob and Tom Show has its own YouTube channel. Haven't seen it yet? Well, check it out. You can also stream the show live each morning as well. Just go to YouTube and search The Bob and Tom Show. It is just that easy. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7 on a Friday. Ryan Singer, the host of Me and the Paranormal in You podcast. That's right. Also, he's going to be on the road. We'll have details on that coming up. And Sexy Time with Allie Breen, a special Friday edition coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. Stay tuned. More of the Bob and Tom Show right after this. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. Police and rescue workers say at least 13 people killed, dozens injured when a fire broke out early this morning at a crowded music pub in eastern Thailand. Videos circulating on social media show people fleeing the pub while thick black smoke billowed from the door. Then the entrance through which people were escaping suddenly engulfed in flames. Police said the cause of the fire at the Mountain Bee Pub in Satahip district of Chonburi province, about 100 miles southeast of Bangkok, is under investigation. Several witnesses told Thai media they saw smoke and fire on the ceiling near the venue's stage, followed by the sound of explosions. A long-lost painting by the British graffiti artist Banksy has resurfaced in a swank art gallery in downtown Tel Aviv. It now stands an hour's drive and a world away from the concrete wall in the occupied West Bank where it was initially sprayed. It depicts a slingshot-toting rat and was likely intended to protest the Israeli occupation. The relocation raises ethical questions about the removal of artwork from occupied territory and the display of politically charged pieces in radically different settings from where they were created. The 900-pound concrete slab would have had to pass through one of Israel's many military checkpoints, a daily feature of Palestinian life and a target of Banksy's artwork. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
This is Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Coming this Thursday on ABC, he's the luckiest guy alive. It's Invisible Dave and his 2 stacked roommates.
What's wrong, Cindy? It's this darn brassiere. It keeps pinching.
Oh, yeah. Feeling fine.
Yeah, mine's pinching a bit, too. Let's just take them off. Okay.
Hello. He's living rent-free and getting an eyeful.
Cindy, what do you think of my new negligee? Do you think it fits?
Oh, yeah, it looks great. What do you think of mine?
He's invisible and insatiable.
Gee, Cindy, this bed sure feels lumpy. Boy, that's uncomfortable.
Come to Papa. You know you want it.
Invisible Dave and his 2 stacked roommates. Followed by the fast-paced action of pro basketball with a moral twist. Meet Carl Goodman, Amish power forward.
We have worked together, my friends. We shared the ball with he who was open, and were blessed when 2 points were bestowed upon us. Now we must pray. Oh, merciful God above us.
It's Carl Goodman, Amish power forward, right after Invisible Dave and his 2 stacked roommates. Thursday on ABC.
Ye be thar.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's
cow.
a good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
She was our guest yesterday.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey.
He's in the performance room. He's feeling it. There's Josh Arnold.
Hey, chick.
Are you feeling it?
Oh, you better believe it.
There's Ace Cosby. Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. Willie Griswold on assignment. I'm Chick McGee at the sports desk. And here's Tom.
Thank you very much. We were talking about how you guys want to... you guys, by which I mean...
I would really like to do this.
Chick McGee and Josh Arnold want to get involved in this snake hunt.
I'm terrified of snakes, and I would love
thing to say, isn't it?
Yeah, you did well, though.
Snake mini paws hunt. This is going on in
the old
Florida.
snake hunt? Oh, yeah. That's the thing that I love.
That was a little close. Okay, the hunting for snakes will go.
All right, yep.
Who's up for a big snake hunt?
This is...
Snake hunt, snake hunt,
all right.
snake hunt.
Wait, excuse me.
Sorry, I got to carry
the bucket of shut up that I have over here. Okay. Would you like it?
I like it. I like a couple
So
spoonfuls.
this thing is starting when?
Today. For 10 days.
In Florida, and once again, the biggest snake, they're getting rid of what? These are these non-indigenous pythons or something?
Burmese pythons.
That snake lovers have been letting go into the Everglades for years.
They have no natural predator.
There have been a few theories. They think that in the 70s is when it started. Somebody let one go in there, but also due to some storms, some of the python breeding facilities in that area were flooded, and they think some of those got out. They're not sure on that.
I just remember reading about a postal worker was, I want to say, in one of the Florida Keys, was walking down the street and a giant snake dropped from a tree on top of him. That's what I say. Let's get out the guns.
No.
They got to raise the bounty, get rid of these things.
Neither rain, nor sleet, nor snow, nor snake!
No, snow will stop me. I
Can I walk in the office, please?
Now, Pat, you saying your tribute to this thing about not a snake, but a gator. This was in South Carolina. They found a 12-foot-long alligator, and inside this 445-pound reptile, they found bobcat claws, turtle shells, and several dog tags. And this guy said that one of the dogs, this guy remembered 25 years ago, his hunting dog went missing, but they found the tag. So, also they found a spark plug.
Yes, which we learned.
Yeah, we did learn about that.
Yeah, and I thought, what did this alligator eat a lawnmower? No, apparently people use spark plugs as
fishing
weights for fishing.
Bobbers or weights.
It wouldn't be a bobber. It would
sink. Right.
You put your bobber up above
anyway,
that.
There you go.
Pretty scary. Some of the stuff it sounds like that great scene from Jaws where they pull the license plate out.
Yeah.
This was no boating accident.
Out of the shark.
Way to go, ham-fisted.
Just on an interview with Quentin Tarantino said Jaws is the best movie ever made.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Seriously.
I went down to...
near perfect.
A couple days ago, I was down on the beach in West Palm Beach.
Right.
I'm in the Atlantic Ocean, and Tom and I were talking about this. The water was like crazy warm. It had to be 80 degrees, the water. It was like bath water. And I'm floating, and it's just, sun and the thing. And I all of a sudden I think, where was the... Amityville, New York.
Yeah.
Was that in the Pacific Ocean? Yeah, it's probably Pacific. It's California. It's a movie. Wait a minute. I think that was the Atlantic Ocean.
It was Amity Island's right there in the Atlantic.
I think I'll run up on shore for a second because I was out there, man. I was out in the ocean.
Really?
Yeah.
Very rare do humans get attacked by sharks.
But,
however, when you're in the ocean, you keep thinking, what if you're the one guy?
You're in their house.
Christy's daughter wants to get bitten
just
by
a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So she has a story to tell.
That is one
and there
bad
lies the rub. What shark do you get to just bite her a little bit?
A nurse shark, maybe?
Maybe.
Oh.
Tiger shark.
No, tigers can be bad.
Oh. Very, yeah.
Yeah, tigers are worse sometimes.
We had a news story yesterday that has resulted in a request. The essence of the story is it involves the Prime Minister of Spain. Anyone remember his name?
Hugo Chaka? I forget.
No, it's Pedro Sanchez.
Oh, that's right.
He's the Prime Minister. He's asked government officials to stop wearing ties. Neckties.
Oh, because it's so hot.
Yes.
Yes, and he did a press conference with an open neck shirt, and he goes, I'd like you to know that I am not wearing a tie. Excuse me. They're trying to save energy with, I guess, less air.
Do ties make you hot? Make you look hot, but I don't know if they make you feel hot.
Sure, they make you warmer.
Okay.
I would think it would also be a pretty smart idea to maybe not wear pants. or perhaps not wear underwear. I don't know. But our request is for something, a suggestion. One way to, I guess, get rid of the heat is to not wear a shirt. Hence the following.
New this season on the Bob and Tom Television Network.
Look, up in the sky.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's the biggest set of jugs I've ever seen. It's Shirtless Girl.
Posing as a topless dancer, showing off her pecs. No one knows her secret till she takes off her specs. She's Shirtless Girl.
Shirtless Girl.
With her special powers, she gives the bad guys fits. She don't use no gun. She stops them with her tits. She's Shirtless Girl.
Shirtless Girl.
Working in the chemistry lab one day, sophomore year, nothing seemed amiss. But that night, an amazing transformation took place. And the next morning, young Debbie Yabo woke to find...
My God, I'm huge. I must dedicate these to fighting evil.
Little did Debbie know that years before, on the planet Lactoid, a planet whose gravity was causing it to sag dangerously toward the sun, her father, Major Yabo, and Mother Teton sent their infant daughter, Areola, rocketing through the Milky Way to Earth, knowing one day she'd become Shirtless Girl, keeping the city of Metropolis safe.
Okay, nobody move. Hand over all the money.
It's Shirtless Girl.
Not so fast, bad guy.
Oh, yeah, like some dame is gonna...
Get a load of these.
Huh? Oh, I can't run away. Hell, I can't even walk.
Thanks, Shirtless Girl.
You're welcome, citizens. Don't touch those.
Sorry.
Along with her fellow superheroines, Wonder Bra Woman, Bikini Spider Woman, The Flash, and the Green Horny, Shirtless Girl formed the Legion of Super Hooters.
Look, it's the tat signal. Some boob must need help. I better call my teenage bosom buddy A-Cup and head to the wet cave. I know. I'll use the Hooter Scooter.
And once again, Shirtless Girl, you've kept Metropolis safe. Warm and snug and soft, bouncy. Once again, defeating your archenemy, the Jiggler. We are grateful. Thanks, Shirtless Girl. Yay!
You're welcome, citizens. Don't touch those.
Sorry.
Come again next week for another titillating adventure of Shirtless Girl.
I'm Shirtless Girl.
Shirtless Girl.
Shirtless Girl. Only on the Bob and Tom Television Network.
There you go. Once again, take your shirts off and you'll be a little cooler.
Yeah.
This time of year, as suggested by the Prime Minister of Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess he said take off your necktie. Okay.
Well, that's
Well,
where
you're
it
just
starts.
taking it a step further.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's,
Ditch the pants, boys and girls.
that's right.
Or they could wear no shirt and a tie.
That's a good look. Usually drunk. Hard to do, though, if you have a clip-on.
Yeah, very.
You ever dated a guy that wore a clip-on tie, Kristen?
No.
That'd be a pretty
Not
cool,
that I know
That'd be a
of.
pretty cool move. Just grabbing it and yanking it. Man, like, I'm ready now.
I'm ready now.
What would you say, Ace, in that situation?
It's time.
It's time. Okay, thank you very much. It's going to be sexy time with Allie Breen coming up on the Bob and Tom Show. Also, we have our special segment, Things We Failed to Mention, news coming up with Jeff Oskey. A special early edition of that just around the corner. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Catch any part of the show you missed later today on our YouTube channel. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jeff Rothpan here in the studio with us.
When I was a kid, all these other kids got to go to the Barnum and Bailey Circus, and I remember begging my dad, please, I want to go. All the other kids are going. He said, no, we just can't afford it. Tickets are expensive. He ended up taking us to this Bob Circus. It was actually called, no, this is true.
Bob Circus.
Yeah, and it was in a mall parking lot. And what a difference. I remember the guy yelling, and now huge midgets. What the hell is that? Oh, yeah, there was just one after another. The bearded man. I think they actually had the talking mute. Hi! Man, what the hell is this?
How does he do it?
He's amazing. He's a mute, yet he speaks.
Hi, everybody. This is Mark Sweeney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Good morning. Mark Allison along with you. Sweeney-san, that's the nickname for Mark Sweeney. Haven't seen him in a while. Of course, we've just been through a 2.5-year pandemic, so that's probably part of the reason. But looking forward to seeing more comedians, including Ryan Singer is going to be dropping by today, RyanSingerComedy.com. Coming up this weekend, the Mason City Limits in Mason City, Illinois, is where Ryan will be performing. Then Friday, August 12th and Saturday, August 13th at the Helium Comedy Club right there in St. Louis, Missouri. And then Go Bananas in Cincinnati, Ohio, that following weekend, Friday, August 18th through Sunday, August 21st. Go Bananas in Cincinnati, Ohio. Great club. RyanSingerComedy.com for more. Again, the host of Me and the Paranormal You podcast. That's Ryan Singer coming up this morning. And Allie Breen in the 9 o'clock hour, Sexy Time, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. The American job market has defied raging inflation, rising interest rates, growing recession fears, month after month. U.S. employers have just kept adding hundreds of thousands of workers. But now, economists worry that signs of weakness are starting to turn up in hiring, threatening one of the United States' last remaining readouts of economic strength. Job openings are down. The number of Americans signing up for unemployment, up. A Florida woman has sued Equifax, claiming she was denied a car loan because of a 130-point mistake in her credit report. The class action suit filed on behalf of Nida Jenkins says the error caused her to accept a loan that cost her $150 a month more than she should have paid. Equifax has a statement on its site saying most people whose credit scores dropped because of its miscalculations were not affected by the error. And a Florida woman arrested after driving along I-95 with an open bottle of whiskey in her vehicle. Oh, did I mention that vehicle was a golf cart? A police report says the 58-year-old woman now faces misdemeanor charges. The report also says the woman was tooling along in the cart in the center lane of I-95. A truck driver who spotted her used her semi to steer the driver to the shoulder of the highway and took her keys. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're so weird.
You have no idea. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
We're in a gym today to find out what athletes need after they've had a big workout. Excuse me, sir?
Yeah.
You look pretty sweaty.
Yeah. I just jogged 5 miles. I did the weights. Did some step aerobics. God, I'm dying.
What do you need after a big workout like that?
I could use a big glass of water.
Water?
Yeah.
You don't want water. You need something to replace your bodily fluids. Get you back on your feet again.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, what do you got?
Here, try this.
What is it?
Thirspiration Plus.
Thirspiration Plus, huh?
Replaces all your bodily fluids after a big workout.
All right, I'll try it. Jesus, what is that? Tastes like sweat.
It is sweat. Well, a little coloring. We added some carbonation, but
What are you trying to do to me?
Thirspiration Plus replaces all your bodily fluids lost during a big workout. Thirspiration Plus. Bodily sweat in an icy cold jug.
Come here, you crazy son of a...
I gotta make you borrow your shirt and your shorts for later.
You're sick.
Thirspiration Hydration Plus. Lemon lime, tropical punch, or clear.
Can I borrow your shorts for later?
Good morning, sunshine. To the max, there's baloney in our sight.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Like every time you get to the plane, they talk about the flotation seat. Like if you go down, if you crash in the ocean, then this seat will float. 2 planes out of 100 go overseas. 98 out of 100 stay right here. So if you want to make me happy, you show me a seat that's going to bounce out of a cornfield. That's what I want. This is what they got everything just confused.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, which begs the question, why do you need Bob and Tom 24/7?
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby manning that track phone hotline. Hot phone, Willie Griswold on assignment. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Well, thank you very much.
Hello, Tom.
Well, let's see now. We have a lot to get to. Coming up, a special edition of News We Failed to Mention. Special early edition. So if you've never heard that segment, by all means, stick around. It'll feature Jeff Oskey, of course. And then we have comedian Ryan Singer will be joining us, and the lovely Allie Breen for a special Friday edition of Sexy Time.
Today is International Beer Day.
How about
I'd
that?
like to celebrate. Also, National Water Balloon Day.
Oh, those are fun.
Oh, that's fun.
And National Underwear Day. Everybody wearing their
Ace?
underwear today?
Got underwear on today?
Blue.
Blue.
Very nice.
Oh, man, just look. I don't want to hear you rolling around in your bed. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear what your color underwear are. Just say yes or no.
Okay, good Lord. Let's get back to the sports desk. What have you got around?
I'm strangely excited. And, I'm doing this under protest because I don't think this should be a sports story.
Okay.
Even though I beg to have it. A card collector is auctioning off an NFT of a baseball card, and the baseball card itself featuring a very young Mark Zuckerberg.
This is fun.
Mr. Ali Tarantino.
What egomaniac to baseball cards?
No. It's
of themselves.
No, this
Here's
was
the
when
story.
Mark was a
Don't
kid.
You
Go ahead.
No, you do the story. You're the one happy about it.
I think it's funny.
Mr. Ali Tarantino, then a camp counselor at Elmwood Day Camp in New York, said
It's about
Zuckerberg
camp. That's why you
was about 8 or 9. He offered the card he had printed as a parting gift at the end of camp in 1992.
How much fun is that? It's just as for fun. The kid has a baseball card
He
with
made his
picture on
own
it.
baseball card. and
Who
gave
wouldn't?
it-
You're 9 years old. It's fun. I would have done it too.
Now a teacher in Connecticut, the 50-year-old found it recently while going through boxes of memorabilia in his basement. The card, along with a non-fungible token, it's your NFT, will now go up for auction by Comic Connect. Zuckerberg posted information about the auction partly as a way to promote NFT technology, but also to help promote Tom's favorite topic, NFTs, across the company's platforms.
And I think it's kind of funny. And it's a picture of him as a kid, and it's probably the last time he played sports, I'm guessing.
Have your kids ever had cards? My nieces and nephews always had cards. The teams would get them made. They're cute.
Yeah, they're fun.
We had baseball.
Yeah, we had them made for us.
Well, that was different. We didn't make, we were promoting something.
It's
He's
just
just
funny.
promoting himself.
No, Zuckerberg isn't doing this. This was his camp counselor. Mark gave this to him, whatever, would you say, 92, 30 years ago?
Did he have extra? Why did the guy who was giving the cards out of the kids and the baseball cards, why does he have copies of the baseball cards?
No, Mark
he was his camp counselor.
Mark was making them at camp and was passing them out.
Mark was making baseball cards of himself.
Yes, that's what
at
I'm
camp.
talking about.
Well, this is a worse story than I thought it was.
No, it's just for fun.
Oh, so it wasn't for every kid. This was something special Mark did.
I didn't make it clear, but it's funny. I mean, come on. It's making this guy appear to be human and not the android that he is.
All right.
All these guys should do this. Can you imagine if you had the Steve Jobs baseball cards? He's standing in front of a closet full of black turtletnecks. Who else could do one?
Bezos and Musk.
Oh, yeah, Bezos could be sneaking his boat out of Rotterdam, whatever the hell they did last week. Did you hear about that?
No, they got it out?
Yeah, they didn't put the masts on.
Oh, they did get it out.
At like 3 in the morning, they started
wait a
towing
minute.
the boat out.
How long did it take him to figure that out? Because that was a big story. Well, the boat's stuck. Well, I don't know. Why don't you just leave the masts off?
Or did we make
okay.
Well, they were going to have to tear down the bridge. In any event,
Jackasses.
How about billionaire trading cards?
Actually, the trading card story yesterday was another Honus Wagner was sold for a brand new record, like over $6 million.
Wow.
For the tobacco company card. The T126.
Tom, let's start the billionaire trading cards and see if we can get anything for it. I'll trade you a Musk for 2 Soroses. I got a Bill Gates.
We have. I just think it's kind of funny, and then there's the whole NFT thing, and apparently that market's collapsed. I've read.
No, here we go, because he doesn't like the NFTs.
It was I bet it was in the Times.
It hasn't totally collapsed, but it's down. Sure.
Everything's down.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Okay. I just don't get it. I don't understand what it means. I don't understand why you'd want one.
What about Bitcoin? You want to give us a quick overview of your thoughts about Bitcoin?
Josh?
Now might not be the worst time to buy.
So anyways, this is sort of funny. It'll be interesting to see because there's the physical card and the NFT of this card with a young Mark Zuckerberg on it. I think.
Did they show the card?
Yeah, you can see there's pictures of it.
Who's that big of a Zuckerberg fan?
No joke.
Yeah, who wants to buy this?
But they're betting on its value.
Sure.
That it might.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
And I think he's just promoting it for whatever reason. And I think, of course.
Because this is going to be a big part of Meta.
And he's going to be eventually auctioning off all of your data. And that'll make everything even. I don't know.
Okay, this is a little. It's okay. I was under the impression that he was at camp and he just made a baseball card of himself. It's a Little League baseball card. It's a baseball card of him playing Little League.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, those are very common.
That is not how the story was presented. And I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming the Associated Press, too, because the way it was presented, it sounded like he was just making a card of him, like being a nerd, just being a kid.
That would have been weird, yeah.
Yeah.
So why doesn't Zuckerberg have the damn card? Why does this camp counselor still have it?
Because he gave it to him. It was a gift.
For what? Here, I really enjoyed our time together. Here's my baseball card. Is that
you
what
took
happened?
my virginity, and then you can.
Oh, jeez. Okay, what's the next story? Sorry, I brought it up. I thought it was fun.
It was fun.
Everybody, woo! Ric Flair has launched. Ric Flair's launched a chicken wings delivery service called Woo Wings.
No.
Yeah. Woo Wings. Flair recently announced.
Woo! Bankruptcy.
If you live. Oh, now stop it. If you live in Nashville, Los Angeles, San Antonio, Huntsville, Jacksonville, Tuscaloosa, you will be able to order Woo Wings through Uber Eats. Flair said, to the man, you've got to be the man, you got to beat the man. And these
of course, he said
championship wings and legendary flavors from Woo Wings are the man. I don't know if he can use legendary flavors for chicken wings, and they're just coming out. And I mean, I know he's legendary. But
yeah, Sherry, a Nature Boy is very.
Flair competed in the final pro wrestling match at Ric Flair's last match event on July 31st at the Nashville Municipal Auditorium in Nashville. He and Andre El Idolo defeated Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, not his real name, in the show's main event.
Now, is he done, or is this going to tour?
Oh, I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy.
Okay. You never ask if a wrestler's done. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, he's 73. Doesn't he have to?
Well, it's like the old timers game. a lot of broken hips.
I bet his liver looks like an old leather valise. Don't you think? I mean, it would have to.
Wow. So but this, I gather this isn't an actual restaurant. It sounds like someone else is making
a ghost kitchen. Is that what they call those? Yeah.
Okay.
Ghost chicken in the sky.
Woo, by the way, is the sound woo is the sound your colon will make if you get the extra hot. If you eat 20 wings. Woo, those are hot. Okay.
You're not a chicken wing guy, are you?
Sure, I enjoy some chicken.
You enjoy chicken.
How hot will you go? Will you go?
Not very. I don't like to do that.
I like the sweet barbecue honey, stuff like that.
And I do like it.
I
like it when they mark the sauces, so you know that you're getting ranch and not blue cheese.
Oh, yes.
Okay, yeah, that's important.
Ruin a chicken wing, then they
have some blue cheese. It's okay.
It's good.
Blue cheese is great.
Tom, it's not particularly good.
I don't care for it. I'm just saying
I'm Kevin Kissass.
There should be
How are
a
you?
sign saying.
I'm sure, Tom, whatever you're thinking is correct.
Blue cheese to the right, ranch to the left.
Clowns to the left.
Because, I mean, when you're dealing with chicken wings, you really want to get more fat in them. So you got to dip them in the ranch because all you've got is deep fried chicken skin.
Do you like the fried ones or the baked ones where the skin's
By the way,
not
Chick, I changed my name for show business. Kevin Kissass is might be on my birth certificate, but it is not on the air.
I'm sorry, I didn't. Are you like me? Do you want to go home, wrap yourself in a blanket, and eat chicken wings because you can't see anymore, and have peace of mind knowing your compound is secure? How do you get that? Well, let me tell you, it's Simply Safe, the do-it-yourself, design-it-yourself home security system. You will have 24/7 professional monitoring. Simply Safe's agents call you the moment a threat is detected. Police and first responders are on their way, and if you're not home or can't be reached, Simply Safe's monitoring agents care about your well-being, and they highly trained to help keep you calm and safe during stressful situations, staying online with you until help arrives. Simply Safe's customer first policy makes sure you're taken care of with affordable plans starting at less than $1 a day. No long-term contract or hidden fees, because feeling safe at home should not break the bank. Customize the perfect system for your home online and then install it yourself. It's just a few minutes. Go to simplysafetom.com. Go today and claim a free indoor security camera and 20% off such a deal with interactive monitoring. That's simplysafetom.com.
Coming up, what happens when you get bit by one of these pythons? We got a letter.
Oh, God.
We'll find out. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, Indiana, I'm talking to you. Listen up. Columbus, Indiana, coming up tonight. Friday, August 5th. I got caught up for a second. Yes, that is tonight. The Eagles Lodge in Columbus, Indiana. Hello. Josh Arnold, Reno Collier, and Jeff Oskey all on stage. Then tomorrow night, Saturday, August 6th, at the Art Theater in Hobart, Indiana. Again, Reno Collier, Jeff Oskey, and Josh Arnold all together on stage. Well, they won't be together on stage. They'll be on stage. You can see all three of them doing their stand-up, but not at the same time. That JoshArnold.com for tickets and information. Get out there and see some live comedy. In Cape Girardeau, Missouri, I'm talking to you tomorrow night. Laughing Gas Comedy. Greg Warren going to be on stage. Not one show. That's right, Greg Warren. 2 shows at the Gas Comedy, Laughing Gas Comedy. Again, Cape Girardeau, Missouri, Saturday night. Greg Warren. Comedy.com for more. All right, live comedy is out there. You have your chance to go see it if you're in the area. And we have airplanes and cars. You can drive there. Again, GregWarrenComedy.com in Cape Girardeau, Missouri at Laughing Gas Comedy. And in Indiana, Columbus, Indiana, tonight, the Eagles Lodge. Tomorrow night, the Art Theater in Hobart, Indiana. Reno Collier, Jeff Oskey, that JoshArnold.com for tickets and information.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Josh Jacobs and rookie Zamir White ran well on a rain-soaked field, and the Raiders rout Jacksonville 27-11 in the Hall of Fame game last night. In the NFL, spoiling Coach Doug Peterson's first game with the Jaguars. Derek Carr and Devontae Adams for Las Vegas did not see action. Following Brittany Griner's sentencing in Russia to 9 years in prison yesterday, WNBA players, coaches, and fans locked arms and tried to send the basketball star's strength during a moment of silence before games last night. And NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has chosen former New Jersey Attorney General Peter C. Harvey to hear the appeal of the 6-game suspension for Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson. Major League Baseball yesterday, American League, your winners, Oakland, Tampa Bay, Houston, Texas, Kansas City, and Toronto. In the National League, Pittsburgh, St. Louis, the Dodgers, Colorado, Philly, the Mets, and St. Louis all win. And 2 WNBA games last night, Connecticut and Dallas both win. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jim Gaffigan joins us in the studio, a family man, a clean liver. Now, when you're on stage, Jim, you don't do a blue kind of show, do you?
I'm very clean and kind of, I talk about cake for like an hour because, cake's an important topic.
Cake, tell me about cake.
Well, there's a lot of different. Cake's a powerful food. Cake can actually bring people together. It's Bill's birthday. Yeah, I hate that guy. There's cake in the conference room. Well, I should say hello.
Who am I to pass judgment on him?
It's his big day. There's so many types of cake. There's rum cake, which makes sense because we've all been eating cake and thought, this needs booze. Shot of liquor. I don't have time to eat and drink. There's fruit cake. That's a bit of a disappointment.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think that would be better. Fruit, good.
Right.
Cake, great.
Right.
Fruit cake, nasty crap.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Have you tried fruit cake? I don't even think that's fruit in there. You're like, when is that, a Skittle?
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
Oh, my God.
There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
They both make a living in their bare feet. Catching one is like a treat. And they both hang out right there by the shell. They both walk slow at a simple pace. Both afraid to show their face, but only one has a built-in place to hide. Turtles and whores, turtles and whores. I love them turtles and whores. They both advertise a little tale. Move so much and never get mail. They both go by the same nickname, Snapper. Daddy never told about the birds and bees, but always talked about both these and made it clear only one was fit to eat. Turtles and whores.
Yeah.
Turtles and whores. I love them turtles and whores.
Turtles and whores.
Now, if you catch one, here's some advice. One is dirty and the other ain't nice. So be polite and always walk up from behind. Make small talk, never let them see fear. Don't work alone, just bait or beer. And when you're done, just drop them by the river. Turtles and whores.
Everybody.
Turtles and whores. I've caught both while fishing. I'm always on a mission. And they both hate the kitchen. Turtles and whores.
Bob and Tom. They put the F in professional.
Hey, man, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie.
Hey, I heard you guys talking about that man with 13 inches of pork.
Yeah, 13 and a half.
Crazy. You guys know Jamie Vickers? Drummer for Velvet Donger?
No.
He was uncut, too, and he could hide just about anything.
Really? Did that affect the taste, Donnie?
Hi, this is comedian Rob Haney, and you're listening.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hello.
Ace Cosby is here, manning the track phone hotline hot phone.
Howdy.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Good morning. Thanks very much for joining us. Some special stuff coming up this morning, including an episode of the show Sexy Time with Allie Breen, and a rare Friday episode of the show. Also, comedian Ryan Singer will be joining us. I know you guys are getting ready. I guess next year you're going to go down and be part of this snake hunt.
I hope to.
Yeah.
Snake
That's
hunt.
right, the old snake hunt. We're going to sing our song, Snake Hunt, Snake Hunt.
All right, well,
we love our snake hunt.
Now, this is down in the Everglades. They're trying to rid the Everglades of these invasive pythons. But we got this nice note. My buddy was fishing in the Everglades, was bitten on his thigh by a python.
Oh.
He was shocked by the size of the bite. The scar measures 10 inches across. The DNR officers who helped him said it was most likely a female protecting her eggs.
Gotcha, yeah.
Ooh.
No thanks.
Mouthful of needles.
Yikes.
Apparently what it feels like.
Okay.
I didn't know they had, well, I guess they would have to have teeth.
But you guys want to participate in the snake hunt, which I think is insane.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, here we go. Now, there we go. It's been just stalling our time now for another special surprise, an early edition of news you failed to mention. And you ready over there? I can see the big
hey,
screen.
everybody.
Okay. Hey,
it's
good morning.
Jeff Oskey. I'm from the Failed to Mention News Desk. How's everyone doing today?
Real good. Hi.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. We give you a lot of the news each week, but we don't give you all the news. So what I'm here to do is give you the news that we failed to mention.
Now, here's Jeff Oskey with what you failed to mention news. Pew, 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 pew.
A drunk woman in Florida was arrested for driving a golf cart on the highway What you failed to mention, she blew a .12 over par.
Over par.
Right.
Golf cart, you see.
I don't know if you saw this chick. There's a new Velveetini made with Velveeta cheese. Yeah. What you failed to mention, the drink will run you $12, or for the same experience, you could just let a bum throw up in your mouth.
The Velveetini Martini. Yikes.
Okay. Yes. Right. For only $300,000, your family can buy a gym that has been converted into a house, but it still has the gym floor and the scoreboard on the wall. Cool. What you failed to mention, couples can use the scoreboard to keep track of who wins the disagreements. Oh, look, kids, your mother is still up by 72, and we're still in the first quarter of our marriage. Mom's up by 72.
Is anybody happy?
Yes. There are now tree hugging competitions. I don't know if you saw that. What you failed to mention, it was once a close-knit group of people, but with the competing, there are just now a few splintered factions.
Okay.
Hugging trees, you see there.
Yeah, we are
wood. Long way to go down that rocky road to get to that
it would
one.
also help if I could read properly.
That's the
Reader
beauty of
speak.
it.
We don't know which one.
You're fine.
A man was arrested after getting stuck while climbing down an oven vent at Little Caesars. What you failed to mention, the man pled guilty.
Sure he did.
Guilty. The president of Spain said for businessmen to ditch their ties in order to conserve energy during the rising temperatures in the country. What you failed to mention, without the ties, how will the waiters know whose soup to spit in? Okay.
Soup to spit in.
Spit in. Waiters don't like rich guys.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah. Is your waiters in Spain? What the hell's going on here?
I would think waiters would like rich people because they tip them.
You'd be surprised. Here's a little hint. Being a waiter in the past, if you're going to be a jerk to your waiter, wait till after you get your food.
Okay.
Never before. Never before. Oh, no. I don't know if you saw this, Christy. You'll like this. Drew Brees is sponsoring a pickleball league. Yeah. What you failed to mention, the best part about pickleball, watching the participants put the tennis balls back on the feet of their walkers when the game is over.
Pickleball. Suggesting that they're elderly, you see.
Old. Someone digging in their New Jersey front yard for once didn't find a finger. They actually found cash that a family had buried back during the Great Depression. What you failed to mention, that sure beats me. The only thing I've ever discovered in my front yard while digging, a weevil infestation.
That is unfortunate.
Oh, they're hideous creatures.
Weevils. A chess robot broke a child's finger during a match. What you failed to mention, that'll teach the kid to wait his turn.
Yeah.
It sure will.
Check and break. A pastor was robbed at gunpoint of jewelry worth hundreds of thousands of dollars while preaching on his live stream. What you failed to mention, was he preaching Job 121, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away? You got all that jewelry but don't have to pay taxes? Yeah, that's fair. It looks like you just paid the hood tax. Yeah, you got robbed, son.
Yeah.
You got robbed.
More of an editorial, really, than a news story, isn't it?
That's my opinion.
Well,
that's all right.
He's lived in the hood. He knows.
Yeah, for the majority of my life. A teen identified every U.S. president in under 30 seconds. What you failed to mention, still 0 for 200 at the plate on her softball. Spends a lot of time on the inside. And finally, Kim Kardashian said she would eat Dookie every day if it kept her looking younger. What you failed to mention, can't we just tell her it does? As a society, can't we come together on this and just lie to that rich old... All right, I'm Jeff Oskey, and this has been the news that we failed to mention.
What you failed to mention news. Jeff Oskey.
Thank you very much.
Right. Very nice.
Okay, now we go back to the sports desk. Is that correct?
Yeah, and I'm not really sure why we're doing this sports story, but I'm a good little soldier.
You sure are, man.
I do.
A team player.
I do what I'm told, pretty much. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll complain and be awful and distant, but still.
Well, hey, that's
what you do every morning.
The price we pay for your talents.
Climbers attempting to reach the summit of Mount Blanc It looked like a huge pen. Did you know it's a giant pen?
Mount Blanc's a famous
Very
pen
nice pen.
brand. If you're Mount Bic.
Climbers attempting to reach the summit of Mount Blanc in France will have to pay a £15,000 deposit to cover costs.
That's euro. That's
euros. All right, in case they need to be rescued or they're killed attempting the climb.
Oh my God!
I think this is great.
It
makes sense.
though.
They get their money back if they're successful.
It's a deposit.
So,
here in the States, you read about it all the time.
I agree with this. I think it is a good idea.
Some idiot goes hiking, and the next thing you know, they've got 5 brave people with helicopters trying to rescue them.
Rescued, fine. There should be not if you're killed.
Well, they have to get your body.
It costs nothing. No,
they have to go get him.
How about this? You either pay 15 or you don't have to get my body.
No, they don't go get the body.
Leave my body to the critters.
The bodies are up there on Everest.
Yep.
But Mount Blanc might be different.
Let's get a figure on how many dead people are on Everest. That's what I want to know.
That's not the point. The point of this is if you're going to do stuff like this,
and it might.
This is the equivalent of when you check into a hotel. And they go, can you give us an imprint of your credit card in case you're going to buy stuff?
And I hate that. I'm against that too.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So what if you ran the hotel, and you checked in and
broke lamps and stuff?
And I checked in what, Tom? What would one assume when I check into a hotel?
I'm just suggesting that perhaps those
half-eaten food everywhere.
Those candy bars in the mini bar.
That's right. Those are gone. The bed is probably broken.
Soiled.
The toilet seat's cracked. Certainly. Curtains filled with DNA.
No, it's to cover your incidentals.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna climb this mountain and they have to spend a fortune rescuing people all the time and endangering the lives of the very brave people who are doing the rescuing, you should have to pay for it.
I think it's fine. But if it's successful, you just get it back. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And I think it's good because it'll keep every Tom, Dick, and Harry from wanting to do it.
No,
They'll be
that's what's happening at Everest. Any Tom, Dick, and Harry can try it now.
I know, but maybe if they put a big deposit down
they
like
do
that.
Isn't it almost $100,000?
I thought it was, I want to say it's $80,000 for a permit. You have to pay for that to climb the mountain.
Really?
Yep. And then there's all these companies that will take you up to they guarantee summiting and $60,000 for
and
that.
Some of the people perhaps are not really qualified. This is Mount Blanc in France. And this is, I think it's a smart idea. Other places should do this. I mean, those St. Bernards aren't going to buy their own dog food.
No, they're not.
Okay.
How did that start? The St. Bernards with the whiskey around their necks and the little mini barrels. Where did that come from?
Must be a cartoon somewhere.
That's got to be, right?
Oh, they don't do that in Switzerland?
Really caught on.
I don't know if that's a real thing.
I don't think St. Bernards are even in Switzerland.
Oh, really?
They do it now. I mean, you see.
Anyway, where was I? Jean, I very rarely use my French accent on the air because it's so...
Good luck with this guy's name.
Jean-Marc Piliard.
Not even close.
Is the mayor of Saint-Gervais-les-Bains.
Not even close.
It's the spot where climbers attempt to make it to the top of the highest peak in Europe. The mayor has imposed the measure of the $15,000 euro deposit in response to dozens defying warnings and engaging what he described as a game of Russian roulette.
Makes sense to me.
It does.
So if you're going to do it, you put your money out there. And
I agree with them. I think it's a good idea.
Mayor Mark.
Tom, you get to the top of Mount Everest. No one else is around. Do you pee?
You can't.
You pee off the top of Mount Everest?
Well, it would be impossible.
Why?
Because your thing would
First
freeze.
of all, you're in what they call the death zone.
Yeah.
So
breathing is kind of hard. I think a lot of
your face is exposed, right?
A lot of your bodily functions have ceased.
I'm sure you can pee.
I don't think you can.
Let alone crap.
Oh, gosh.
You can do those things.
I don't think you can. I don't think you want to expose your flesh to the...
Hey, Josh, get a picture of me crapping on that. That's what I think about there.
There's a really great book about it called Into Thin Air. I highly recommend.
All fiction.
No, incredibly brave and in some cases stupid people.
Widely debunked.
Not at all. Thank you.
Widely
debunked. Is that sports?
No, damn it.
The temperature right now in Mount Everest is 11.
You can pee at 11.
And the high is 17 today.
At the peak, or is it
11?
It just at about, I think, I didn't say it's not at the peak.
29,
but-
28, 29, 31. What is it? 29,000.
You don't want to take your gloves off, and one of your gloves flies off the mountain. Well, there goes that hand. That hand is gone.
Exactly. This hand will no longer be mine.
For the next 7 days, it's all snow, and the high is 20, the low is around 6.
They had a document. You know me in documentaries. They had a documentary of a guy who climbed Everest, and he unclicked his nose.
Oh, no.
Like he got frostbite in his nose, and it attaches to his face with magnets. he looks reasonably okay until he disconnects his nose from his face, and there's a big hole in his head. I don't want to go anywhere that bad.
Can you imagine accidentally sneezing that off at a dinner party?
You're landing in the soup.
The average summit temperature in July is -2.
Oh, that's not
all right.
You couldn't climb a stairwell at -2, chick.
You're standing. I acknowledge that.
At sea level,
acknowledge it.
let alone at 30,000 feet, whatever the hell it is, with no air.
You are standing with the planes as they're flying by at that level. You're at the same level of planes cruising.
That's crazy.
That is.
Yeah.
Are there flights that fly over Mount Everest and the pilot goes, hey, to your left, you can see Mount Everest?
You see that guy? He's climbing.
Oh, look at him. He's crapping on Mount Everest. Look.
I knew he could do it.
Yeah, you famous, buddy.
Could we move on?
And they wave, and you're like looking at him.
Okay, all right. Let's calm it down. This is a sad story.
All right.
Sad story. You ready?
Yeah.
Thousands of racing pigeons.
Oh, no.
You love these kind of stories.
Have gone missing.
Oh, no.
They were released into stormy weather during a competition in France.
Well, why did they release him if it was storming?
Hey, show must go on.
Stormy pigeon.
Oh, bless you.
What was that?
Chick's allergic to tragedy.
You want me to read the story so we can get to it?
According to The Guardian, it's not just The Guardian, it's
The Guardian.
The birds were let out at the race's start in Narbonne.
How many birds?
Thousands.
And they're all missing?
And were headed towards their loft in Belgium when they encountered a storm. The Belgian Pigeon Federation, the BPF, described the situation as a catastrophe.
Oh, God.
These people spend years getting these birds developed. And
right. Not one. We're out. We're out of our pigeons.
Do you know what you call? What do you call a group of dolphins?
A pod? Is that
what do you call a group of wolves?
Pack of wolves.
You know what you call a group of pigeons?
No.
A crapathon. A nuisance of pigeons.
The BPF described the situation as a catastrophe and blamed organizers for allowing the birds to become airborne despite forecasts of bad weather.
See?
They knew the storm was
Organizers.
Bad news for statues all over Belgium.
Sir, how would you describe what happened today? If you could use just one word.
It's a catastrophe.
It's a catastrophe. Craptastic.
They had to go somewhere.
Well, they're somewhere, Pat, but they're
There were thousands of pigeons.
I'm not going to lie to you. This is a catastrophe. We had thousands.
No, it's a catastrophe.
An hour ago, how many pigeons did I have an hour ago? Thousands. Ask me how many I have now.
How many do you have now?
Not one.
Oh.
That's a catastrophe.
Did they look under and over underpasses? Or?
There are thousands of them.
Probably hiding somewhere.
Yeah, they are hiding.
It says here,
Under a bridge.
Right.
Pascal Baudeguin, the president of the federation.
I've been to Paris. They're all in Paris. That's where they went.
He said some of the Belgian birds apparently have flown to Germany by accident. Because the majority are definitely
I have
lost.
to be honest, the pigeons don't have that good of a sense of direction. They don't know which way they're.
I mean, they're starting down by Spain. Trying to make it. How do they know?
Some of them flew to Germany. Can you imagine they landed? One of the pigeons looks around and can anyone read that sign?
What the hell's going on?
Obviously, they didn't know. They wouldn't be in Germany.
They have little tags on them in case they're found.
We have gone the wrong way.
Any of you guys speak German?
It is thought that pigeons navigate using the Earth's magnetic field and their sense of smell. However, this finely tuned sense of navigation was thrown into confusion last Friday at the start of the race due to the storm.
How do they know? How do the pigeons know where to go?
That's what I just said.
No, I mean, they let them go and go, now you have to land in Spain.
Oh, sure. Yeah, sounds good, lady. We'll see you.
You have to tell your pigeon.
Listen to this.
Don't anybody go to Germany.
Belgium has 18,000 people who keep pigeons. It's the global center for pigeon racing, and apparently they pay huge amounts of money for some of these things.
You understand my point. How do they know where to land? I mean, how do they know you're supposed to go from here to Germany?
Who knows? They have a ticket.
They have a ticket.
Yeah. Now, look, if any of you guys get lost, check your ticket.
So there you go.
Oh, my God. It's a catastrophe.
Yeah, when the head of the thing is, it's a catastrophe. That is bad. Okay.
Some guy at the landing spot just checking his watch.
Yeah, he's still there.
We're supposed to be getting thousands of these. So far, we got 0. Anybody called Berlin? See what's going on there?
More sports coming up, including a world record.
Okay. More sports, okay. And also,
pigeons
comedian Ryan Singer will be joining us, and we'll have a special edition of Sexy Time with Allie Breen on the way. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP and get your Bob and Tom fix 24/7. Get all the info in the VIP area at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
Are you a computer geek? No. I see, I didn't grow up with computers. That's why children have the advantage. They slip out the womb. They're born with a password.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you look at the ultrasound, you see the sex of the child whose internet provider is going to be.
So you're an email guy then?
Oh, no. Well, I check my email. I never get real emails. They're all junk. I got a junk box, and the junk box is like, look, we don't even have time to sort out this stuff. And it's all burn DVDs, lose weight, consolidate debt, and then be like young teen sluts, whores, triple X. Thousands of it. And then I got a weird one in the middle that says, do you need a birdhouse? And I actually got that. I'm like, who's the birdhouse guy? And then every day I get this email, Jim, do you want to enlarge your penis?
Yep.
And how did I get on the small Willy email list? That is the real
question. Bob and Tom, 24/7. Oh, yeah.
Hey, don't forget, coming up this morning, Jeff Oskey with the news we failed to mention, as well as comedian Ryan Singer going to be stopping by. Of course, he's the host of Me and the Paranormal You podcast. Find out more at ryansingercomedy.com. And a special Friday edition of Sexy Time. Allie Breen on the way. ALLIBREEN, AllieBreen.com, and across all social media. You can reach her on Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, and the blah blahs. You understand how social media works. Dear Allie, on the way on a Friday, a special Friday edition, Sexy Time. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. Kevin Spacey's already paid his loss of his main job and, of course, reputation due to sexual harassment claims. Now he's going to have to pay a lot of money. A Los Angeles judge has backed up a private arbiter's ruling that Spacey and his production companies must pay nearly $31 million to the makers of House of Cards. According to producers, firing Spacey caused them to stop work on season 6 rewrite episodes to remove his character and do fewer shows than usually they would have. Baseball card collectors know that you can pay big bucks for a rookie card, but would you pay big bucks for a Mark Zuckerberg card? Well, Ali Tortino hopes you will, because he had him in his camp as a young kid. And apparently Zuckerberg was signing baseball cards of himself and handing them out as mementos. Tortino found one, and he's now putting it up on Facebook, and he'll also sell it as an NFT. And Lady A will be postponing their tour till next year while Charles Kelly works on his sobriety. The group posted on social media that they are a band and, more importantly, a family, and will take time to support each other. That tour was supposed to start August 20th in Memphis. New dates will be announced in the coming days. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Al, is Snoop a former gang person? Was like a Crip or a what's the other one?
Oh no, I think that's a fair question.
Yeah, you don't leave the Crips like they're a book club that you're no longer interested in.
If I were to be in the Crips, say.
Yes. Now, is that with a T at the
Do they do like with their do-rags, do they do like a holiday version? Is there like on St. Patty's Day, do they go for the green? Or do they, because they were.
I think that would probably be frowned upon.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom, well-meaning, but
Yeah, they're all messed up.
more than slightly confused.
Good morning to you. If sports is your thing, then you need to order Magic Johnson Sportscasting my way. You'll learn to butcher grammar like it's a dead cow.
Sometimes Charles do things and he does them for himself. See, what the fans should understand here is that Phoenix don't like to really set up half court.
Magic's insights will teach you how to lose your train of thought in the middle of a sentence.
You know, he's amazing. Every time he does something crazy or something.
Nobody can abruptly switch to a completely different thought like the Magic Man.
He's one of the best. If he get his feet set, hey, look out. And then also, he's having a good game. He had a good first game.
Contradictory thoughts in the same sentence? Like magic.
Kevin stumbled because his leg gave out on him in a sense. And so it's not 100% that leg, but he's doing, he's playing really well. He's not like he's favoring it at all.
Magic, the Mangler.
Dan Marley is continually to help offer Byron Scott.
To get Magic Johnson Sportscasting my way, call 1-800.
Oh, get it out of here.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Yeah, but it turns out I don't sleep well anyway. I've been grinding my teeth. I didn't know I grind my teeth until I woke up. My husband was pouring coffee beans into my mouth. What a weird way to save time in the morning.
No kidding, but it's fresh coffee.
Hi, this is Bob and Tom 24/7. My name is Jim Gaffigan. I have to go and, well, I just had a
calm.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey.
Christy Lee at the news desk.
Oh, I was premature. Sorry.
Happens to the best.
I have a question.
Well, that's impossible. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room. Yes, Tom, you have a question.
Christy, are you wearing your boyfriend's shirt?
No.
Oh, I could see it looks a little like, from a certain angle, it looks like a man's dress shirt.
Kind of a man's Oxford cloth.
Pink?
Oh, it's a linen.
Okay.
You got to go linen, Tom. It's a linen time.
Very nice.
Linen.
For the future.
You got to have linen.
I bought an.
My guy did
I bought a linen shirt. It came with an ironing board and an iron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got to walk around ironing it every 10 minutes.
He did iron it for me, bless his heart.
Your man ironed that?
Yeah.
Ooh, sexy time.
I wasn't there when he did it. He did it at
You were just standing there.
Hi, Josh.
No.
Could you iron my shirt? I don't know what to put on. I guess I'll wear nothing while you iron on it.
Hello, Ace Cosby.
He sent the 3 shirts home with him, and they came back ironed.
That's a crappy story.
Wow.
Tell it my way.
He does your laundry?
No, but he does my ironing. He's awesome at it.
Really?
Yes.
I like to iron.
He loves
I don't mind ironing, yeah.
I always give up. Although he doesn't care for The linen, he said, was a little trying, but...
Okay.
You know, Helen Keller used to iron it.
Really? Yeah. As a joke, please.
She burned her face. She answered the iron one.
She answered the...
Not funny in any way at all. Just cruel, mean.
She burned her face.
Anti...
Isn't that... Do you guys
I mean, that's the
Not how the
crux.
joke goes.
the Helen Keller joke?
I believe it starts with, how did she burn her face?
She answered the iron.
Something like that.
It's an awful thing. The woman was...
That woman accomplished more than
brilliant.
we ever
Oh, my God. She did more.
Yeah, I know.
I'm worried about my Wi-Fi right now. She helped people. And
Is that back on yet?
By the way,
no!
update here on the pigeons that were released in southern France on their way
Evidently,
to...
Xfinity refers to the time it takes to get your appointment scheduled. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Let's see now. Where was I?
The pigeons and such.
Oh, yes.
Catastrophe. Why was the catastrophe?
They were going from
Yeah,
the
yes.
south of France to Belgium, right? And they were released, thousands of them released in a special race, and I guess none have showed up yet. Apparently, they're at the Atlanta airport. They were
Oh, and by the way, what's the deal in Atlanta airport? They had a Shake Shack there.
Yeah?
And I was there all day Wednesday from I'm going to say 9 until 12:30. Shake Shack never opened.
What?
Had the gate down. What's the deal?
Staffing.
Actually, yes, I was at the Atlanta airport for many hours this summer, and yes, that is part of the problem. Some of the places can't get staff.
They can't open the Shake Shack because they can't hire people.
That's part of the problem. But it's a big airport, lots of other places to eat. Did you make it okay?
You know what's wrong with the Love Shack?
I had
the tin roof.
Oh,
rusted.
Yeah. Rusted, yeah.
Baby.
I had the best pastrami, egg, and cheese sandwich I've ever had in my life.
What are you, a 90-year-old Jewish widower?
Hello.
You answered the phone.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Good. Hi, Donnie. What are you doing?
Hey, chick, I feel you on the Shake Shack. No different than Five Guys. They're barely open there when I've been at Atlanta Airport.
I know.
You know, I know it's a restaurant, but Angel Skinner, she thinks Five Guys is an invitation. I swear to God.
Good weekend for her.
You know what? I got asked to go spelunking this weekend.
What?
That's right. Hey, Donnie, you want to spend the entire weekend underground in some stupid cave? Hard pass.
Yeah, me
all
too.
caps. First off, all caves are full of bats. And I hate bats right to their inverted face. The only thing I hate more than bats is hearing these two things. Number one, you are the father. And number two, please, Mr. Baker, relax your sphincter. Bear down for this. I swear to God. And you know they say bats are, like, good because they eat skeeters?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, not enough, if you ask me. And the fact remains, bats are blind, so they probably don't even know how many skeeters and gnats are actually missing regular.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Man, they got a worse batting average than Pat Godwin in an orgy of horny MILFs. I swear to God. Oh, I can't. My back's out again. Give me a minute. Anyways, the second reason I will never go spelunking is I don't like closed-in spaces.
Yeah.
Like them revolving doors in downtown buildings.
Right.
Man, Josh, I seen some dude lose his left hand in one of them ones.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
I swear to God, trying to be a hardo, holding the door for his side piece. Next thing you know, in one fell swoop, he lost his left hand, and she lost her best diddle finger. I swear to God. That's like a 643. Oh, and elevators, man. I panic in elevators. Once them doors closed, I feel trapped, like I'm going closed casket. I start looking around, planning on who I'm eating first in case we get locked in like a bunch of Chilean miners. Yeah. That's why I never leave home without a packet of Old Bay seasoning. I swear to God. And the fact remains, the only cave I want to explore this weekend is Angel Skinner's.
Oh, I hope you get to.
All it takes is a couple shots of Fireball for I'm on my knees and wearing a headlamp. Swear to God. And it's 4 shots of Fireball. I'm basically a common nuisance in her crouch. And you know, she likes to brag about being a squirter, but trust me, It's more like a stalactite with a sinus infection.
Oh.
I gotta go.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know what that means either, but I don't want
More of a dripper.
I don't want to give it any thought.
Oh, boy.
Okay, which ones are from the ceiling, the stalagmite or the stalactite?
I think stalactite with the T top. I think it comes down from the top.
I can never remember.
I
Well,
can
that could
never
be
remember that
exactly
either.
the opposite.
But I'm with Donnie. I'm not going spelunking.
Every time I've done it, I've loved it.
Really?
Yeah.
Freak me out.
You're not
There's
afraid.
no
You're
way.
not afraid you're gonna get flooded in there like those kids and.
No.
Or
They were all-
stuck?
No, I mean, I'm not just free spelunking. It was with a group and stuff.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
Well, some of those caves are gigantic.
Yeah, but some of them,
No, yeah, this one was so narrow, and we had to slide. It was all muddy, and you had to slide down.
Hey, Josh. Tom, Josh found some of the openings in the cave a little tight.
Now, is it like is it like when you're at Kings Island and they've got the sign, you've got to be this tall, or they have one, you've got to be this slender to fit through this hole?
I made it through just fine. Yes, they had to Crisco me, but I still was able.
No, seriously, how these little tunnels, how are they, like 2 feet high?
I mean, it was like, when I slid down, it really was like there was only an inch of air around my body.
I would have died.
And then to get out, you had to hang onto a rope, and then the other people would pull you out.
Other people.
I think the other people would pull everybody else out. Of course, they had the backhoe to pull me out.
You know, if there's a better voice than the disgusted resignation Josh voice, I don't know what it is.
I would have been terrified.
It was scary. And there were bats. We saw bats. And we
Where
saw
was this?
Central Missouri somewhere. I forget the name of the cave.
But if it
was,
starts filling up with water, then what do you do?
Well, it was a sunny day. It wasn't going to.
Oh, jeez.
But there was water. Like we had to crawl through puddles and stuff. It was wild.
They're making a movie out of that one. Where was it? Thailand or something? Where were that soccer team that got trapped and they?
Yeah, Ron Howard's doing that.
Oh, really?
It's out real soon.
I wonder how he's going to ruin that situation.
Hey. Guy makes good movies. What's your problem?
Yeah, I'll give you a 5 What a mess.
It's a great movie.
It really is a fine
brilliant.
film. Doesn't make any sense. That he doesn't
Have
like
we mercifully completed sports, or do we have more?
I swear that's Mrs. Lovell.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hey, Jack. Jackass, could you?
One more sports story coming up. It's a world record, kids. It's going to be amazing.
Better be good. Got a great dog story coming up.
You'll go, baby.
And you know, you can learn how to do almost anything now on YouTube.
Oh yes, yeah.
You go in there and you can. I found out how to get a transmission issue cleared up by going on YouTube, and I found out how to break into a room and pick a lock when one of my kids got locked in a room. And there's a guy that saw a do-it-yourself nose job video.
So you want to fix your ugly nose?
Well,
we're going to find out about that idiot.
Hi, I'm Ray. No plastic. Why won't you?
You know, I'm going to install a shower door here. I'm going to watch a couple YouTube videos about that.
oh, good for you.
What do you think of that?
That's fine.
Get you in the curtain, are you?
How do you think? I'm getting rid of the curtain.
Okay.
I'm ready for the shower door.
Okay.
Moving up.
I think we'll buy you an honorary squeegee.
What about the shower door itself?
Oh, you prefer that?
Yeah. I could get the squeegee. I'll pick up the squeegee.
Where'd you get the squeegee?
Do you have to squeegee the shower door?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nah.
You don't squeegee your shower?
No, you just rinse it off.
With what?
Water. You're there where the water is.
So you take a bucket in there and heave it at the door?
Why don't you just clean it once a week? You don't have
Shower
to wash
coming
it
out
off
of
or
the
squeegee.
No, I squeegee it every time I get out of the shower.
What are you doing? What are you, Howard Hughes? Why would you do that?
It doesn't spot.
Well, it's nice after a while. The mold makes a nice three-dimensional.
No.
Yeah, you wait until the door gets pink.
Relief.
You wait until it's pink, and then you clean it.
Okay. When we come back, we have some world record. Also coming up, comedian Ryan Singer and comedian the lovely Allie Breen with Sexy Time. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Get a look at today's show on our YouTube channel.
Well, I was born in a small town and live in a small town. Papa died in a small town. Oh, the small community. opportunities. And all my friends, it's a small town. My parents live in the same small town. My job is a small town, provides a little opportunity. Educated in a small town, taught to fear Jesus in a small town. Used to daydream in that small town, another woman romantic, that's me. But I seen it out in this small town, had myself a ball in this small town. Married an LA doll and brought her to this small town. That small town is like me. No, I cannot forget from where it is that I come from, and I forget the people who love me. I can be myself here in this small town. People let me be, this is what I wanna be. Nothing against a big town. Man, it's still hazy enough to say, look who's in the big town. But my bed is in a small town. Oh, that's good enough for me. I was born in a small town, and I can breathe in a small town. Probably die in a small town. Oh, that's probably where the bury me.
Radically different settings from where they were created. The 900-pound concrete slab would have had to pass through one of Israel's many military checkpoints, a daily feature of Palestinian life and a target of Banksy's artwork. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like those dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then cause you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Hey, this is comedian Ron White, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Here at the Bob and Tom Audio Institute, we catalog key pieces of audio for archival and historical purposes. We continually research and examine significant pieces of audio to ensure their accuracy and validity. Today, we look at the first ever recording by Thomas Edison, where in 1877 he successfully recorded the following on a primitive wax cylinder.
A little piece of practical poetry. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go.
The distinguished staff here at the Bob and Tom Audio Institute noticed the labeling method used by Mr. Thomas Edison. This famous piece of audio was labeled 05TE for Thomas Edison, 02. Knowing this format is the industry standard to this day, we here at the Institute theorize there must be a 05TE01. After years of research and investigation, we have uncovered the following audio cylinder. This is the very first ever recording by Mr. Thomas Edison.
The first words I spoke in the original phonograph.
Here we go. What's up?
This has been a Bob and Tom Audio Institute exclusive. Thank you for joining us.
Bob and Tom.
For your information, these are two of the worst kids I have ever encountered in my life, and I worked the state fair.
We were stupid before stupid was cool.
You don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Sent you.
All right, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
Josh Arnold at the Josh Arnold chair.
Hey, Chick, how are you, man?
There's Ace Cosby.
Hello, world.
Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. Willie Griswold on assignment. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. We were trying to figure out the difference between stalactites and stalagmites.
Yep.
Did I have it wrong?
What did you say again?
Stalactite, T, top, comes down from the top. No?
This one says stalactites hang tight from the ceiling.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
Hang on tight, I see. And then stalagmites might grow up to the ceiling.
Well, but you're supposed to hold on loosely.
Okay,
but
thank you very much.
Don't let go.
Okay, a little 38 special reference.
Right.
Well, if you cling too tightly.
That's a good start.
That's a
the way
great
that song starts.
Lose control.
Could we get back to the sports desk, please?
I got 4 more minutes. Guess what time it is?
What time is it?
Stupid world record. Nearly 500 people in Canada participated in the world's largest slime-making lesson.
Nearly 500, huh?
Woo.
The Montreal Science Center hosted 491 people.
Not even 500.
491 people.
Nearly.
For the record-breaking lesson led by local slime star, Yannick Bergeron. Any relation to Tom Bergeron?
I don't know.
Participants learned to make slime. Hang on, I'm not reading this with the right inflection. Participants learned to make slime from scratch using water, calcium chloride, and sodium alginate.
Neat.
I know we've made a lot of slime at my house.
Well, tell your kids about this.
Leave us hope they were out. Were they outside? I hope. If you try to get the slime out of your carpet, this is the largest slime event since I think the first Ghostbusters.
Yikes!
But, have you been through the slime thing?
Yes,
Christy?
I'm so glad they outgrew that.
Yeah, it's. I guess it's still a thing. I forget what you have to buy, like some kind of contact lens solution and some other stuff. I forget. It makes this big gooey slime.
Yeah, my nieces love to make it.
Be sure.
And then what do they do after they make it? Nothing.
Play with it for a while, and then
they leave it on a nice wooden desk.
Yeah.
Where it puts a gigantic ring.
A stain.
Yeah, I thought slime had kind of gone away after that Johnny Depp trial. I thought that was enough slime for slime for a while, or maybe R. Kelly. Maybe half the people in the news. But no. Is that so? That then is finally sports. Is that correct?
Well, how am I supposed to take that?
That's very nice.
You're not supposed to take it well.
Yes, that's.
Rocky, this is what you farted for.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, always be a good sport. Christy?
A Brazilian man hospitalized after trying to perform a nose job on himself. The man from Sao Paulo went to the Campo
Honest to God,
Limpo.
I don't know what went wrong. I don't know what happened.
He went to the Campo Limpo emergency care unit after his wound became infected. Doctors said he followed YouTube videos to perform the rhinoplasty on himself, using 70% rubbing alcohol to disinfect the area and veterinary anesthetic to numb the pain. Following his at-home procedure, the man used self-absorbing thread and super glue to close his wound. Medical workers cleaned and dressed the wound, and he was referred for a return visit with an oral and, maxillofacial team and instructed to receive psychological care.
Yeah, that's not something you want to save money on.
Nope. Don't skimp on the...
Yeah, you don't want to do that yourself.
No,
gosh,
stick to hand jobs.
What you mean is...
Hang on. Hang on. Christy, shut up. Let him talk. What are you talking about, Tom?
Well, this guy did a nose job.
You can't get pregnant, right?
Yeah, you got your ear job. Wait a minute. Oh, I see that. That may mean the wrong thing.
You see what the problem there was.
Yeah, you don't want to do your own vasectomy.
No.
Although I did read about a guy that did that.
How'd it go?
Well, this was an actual physician. I guess he did his own.
Oh, I see. Got in there.
You'd have to be limber. You'd think you'd trust one of your physician buddies to take care of that for you. But, wow.
You have a song about this, Pat?
You don't want to do your own circumcision. So this guy did his own nose job, and you've got a song about it, Pat? I didn't know that.
In the bathroom of my home, with a file, shaven bone. I wanted facial perfection, but I got an infection doing a nose job on myself. Ow. Now it looks pretty nasty, my homemade rhinoplasty. And now I'm in the ER under heavy sedation. Did a nose job on myself. A nose job on myself. A nose job on myself. I use super glue. They show you how on YouTube to do a nose job on yourself.
Oh, thank you, Pat. A nice tribute. That's what is that? Billy Idol.
Heck yeah, Dancing with Myself.
How insane would you have to be to do your own nose job?
Boy, that's a good question.
Yikes.
But I guess it's all out there on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So be careful. I suppose couldn't you just do it with a hammer?
Well, that would give you a different looking nose, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You walk in here, Doc.
It depends on what you don't want to flatten it. I wouldn't think.
Well, depends how bad it is. Okay.
Maybe it has
I was trying to find a picture of this guy. They don't have one.
a before and after.
Yeah,
I'd like to see that.
Yeah,
maybe he did a good job. We don't know.
Yeah. Okay. What else have you got over there?
This is a story for you, Josh.
All right.
A new survey of Catholic exorcists in Italy report they feel overworked and under-supported.
Yes, the Catholic Church barely recognizes them.
The survey of 120 Italian exorcists by the Pontifical Athenaeum Regina Apostolatorium.
That's right.
Whatever the hell that is.
Pontifical.
Apostolatorium, a Vatican-approved university in Rome, found
that sounds like the worst ride at Disney World. Wow, there was a big line, so we went to the Apostolatorium.
You recite a creed. And
I'll stand up, sit down. Stand up, sit down.
Yeah.
A lot of really bad music.
This is the Vatican-approved university in Rome, found that they were overwhelmed by a growing number of so-called possessed people. According to the Times of London, researcher Giuseppe Frau said some exorcists... Frau,
okay.
F-R-A-U, were seeing 30 to 50 cases a day.
Wow.
That's enough to make your head spin. Wait a second. So is this just sort of the kind of PTSD that everybody's having post-COVID, and they're calling it exorcist? They all think they're possessed?
Maybe.
Yeah, many of these cases aren't legit, probably, but many are actual demonic possession.
Have you read cases of real demonic possession?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yes. It's terrifying. Got to be careful.
I'm trying to pronounce this. The Pontifical Athenaeum Regina Apostolorum. Or there's maybe a couple more syllables.
Apostolorum. No, you're right. That's fine.
All right, good.
I don't go to school there, thank goodness.
Okay, well, I'm surprised there are that many people that are having that kind of a problem. It's sad, but...
yeah.
Uh-oh.
Let me grab that. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Bless you, boys. These are the Pope.
Oh,
there he is.
You heard about this crazy stuff going on?
Not enough exorcists, huh?
It's crazy. It's so out of control, and I feel bad. It's kind of my fault, I think.
Oh, how's that?
I sent out a memo to everybody. I noticed,
some of the priests and the people, they're putting on a little weight, a little COVID poundage. So I recommended, hey, please try to exercise at least 20, 30 minutes a day.
Oh, no, they mistook it.
Right, exercise. Next thing I know, everybody's out there, trying to spit up some pea green soup.
Oh, boy.
Hey, Joshy?
Yes?
You ever been possessed?
No, I can't say I have.
You ever never had a demon inside of you?
Well, I mean, maybe metaphorically speaking.
Just admit it. Have you ever been inside a demon? Oh, that's like a crazy exorcism right there. You got to go talk to the demon. Josh, get out of there.
Get out of there.
The power of Pootie compels.
Hang up on the Pope, will you?
Arrivederci.
Thank you, Your Popeness.
Ciao, Your Popeness. Well, that's interesting. We have coming up a special edition of Sexy Time with Allie Breen and comedian Ryan Singer. And what else you got over there?
Oh, well, we have a boat sinking at Disney World.
It sank?
Yeah. Started to. We'll have that.
Was it pirates or what?
We'll hear.
Okay, all right.
And if you're a fine art lover, I have a couple of stories for you.
Okay.
Van Gogh.
Well, you're welcome. You're going with the Van Huff?
No, Van Gogh, and we have casinos and fine art.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we got a zebra loose again.
Gosh,
we'll find out about
zebras.
that. Right now, I want to remind you that this is the summer. And, of course, it's hot, which means it's a good time for really good food. HelloFresh, famous for farm-fresh ingredients and chef-crafted recipes. They send you the box. They've done the grocery shopping. They've got all the stuff ready to go. It's already measured. You put it together and make great, fresh food for your family. And, by the way, whatever kind of food you're into, they've got it. 55 items to choose from every week. From family-friendly to fit and wholesome, even vegetarian recipes. Whatever you've got, comfort food, they've got it. The summer is about to be over, and HelloFresh wants you to have some great summer food before it ends. Quick and easy meals, including 20-minute meals, low prep, easy cleanup. Get all the details by going to HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. That code BTShow16 for 16 free meals across 7 boxes plus 3 free gifts. That's BTShow16, like Bob Tom Show. BTShow16, 16 free meals, 3 free gifts. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16, HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. You're going to love the food. It's delicious. Kids will even clean their plates. And you can change it up. It's so easy to change up now with the HelloFresh app. Details, HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Coming up, comedian Ryan Singer and Sexy Time with Allie Breen. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans. Padoom, 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 and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. My name is Mark Allison. You can catch any part of the show you missed later today on our YouTube channel. You can stream the show live each morning as well. Just go to YouTube and search the Bob and Tom Show. It's just that easy. Ryan Singer, the host of Me and the Paranormal You podcast. Again, he'll be in Mason City Limits in Mason City, Illinois, coming up through the weekend tonight and Saturday night. Next weekend at Helium in St. Louis, Missouri. And don't forget, Friday, August 18th through Sunday, August 21st at Go Bananas right there in Cincinnati, Ohio. Great club to check out. Ryan Singer, more at ryansingercomedy.com. As we roll through this Friday together, thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. The American job market has defied raging inflation, rising interest rates, growing recession fears, month after month. U.S. employers have just kept adding hundreds of thousands of workers. But now, economists worry that signs of weakness are starting to turn up in hiring, threatening one of the United States' last remaining redoubts of economic strength. Job openings are down. The number of Americans signing up for unemployment, up. A Florida woman has sued Equifax, claiming she was denied a car loan because of a 130-point mistake in her credit report. The class action suit filed on behalf of Nida Jenkins says the error caused her to accept a loan that cost her $150 a month more than she should have paid. Equifax has a statement on its site saying most people whose credit scores dropped because of its miscalculations were not affected by the error. And a Florida woman arrested after driving along I-95 with an open bottle of whiskey in her vehicle. Oh, did I mention that vehicle was a golf cart? A police report says the 58-year-old woman now faces misdemeanor charges. The report also says the woman was tooling along in the cart in the center lane of I-95. A truck driver who spotted her used her semi to steer the driver to the shoulder of the highway and took her keys. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
And I'm not stupid. I know there's more to life than just sex. It's just none of those other things feel as good as sex. I mean, I love cookies.
Oh, yeah.
But if I do not have access to cookies, I will not rent a movie and watch two other people eat cookies.
Perfect stranger. Eating cookies. No.
Nothing.
No.
How do you not think about sex? Everything on TV, sex, all the commercials, very beautiful women in all the commercials now. It doesn't even matter what the product is. It's just very sexual.
Mm-hmm.
And then you finally have sex, and it's kind of disappointing. Where's my Sprite, my new car? That's why I think women should have shelves next to their bed filled with prizes, depending on how well you did. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
Like they do at the carnival.
Sure.
They have something to shoot for,
Are you going to take anything on that?
Right. I'm going to go for the Van Halen mirror tonight.
Hi, this is Greg Warren, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
There's a new documentary out there entitled Sick. It's the winner of the Los Angeles Independent Film Festival Award. The film chronicles the life and times of super masochistic performance artist Bob Flanagan. In one scene, Flanagan is shown hammering a nail into, then removing it from his most private part, which would be his penis.
Wow.
Boy, what if he misses and hits his thumb?
Well, then that would hurt, Bob.
Yeah, there's a bone in there.
That's really going to hurt.
That's going to hurt.
Hold on a second. Morning, Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bob Vila.
Bob Vila, the
Hiya, Bob.
famed home repair host. How's it going, Bob?
Pretty good.
Good. What can we do for you?
Hey, you guys are talking about something that's pretty common.
Uh-huh.
A lot of the home repair guys do it. I do it all the time.
You actually take a nail and pound it into your penis on purpose?
Heck yeah.
Now,
Really?
do you use a nail gun or do you use a regular traditional hammer and nail?
Oh, I'm not a conservative guy. I just use a nail.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I was at the hardware store the other day picking up a nail just for that.
Uh-huh.
And I took it up to the counter. The guy goes, that'll be $1. I go, great. He goes, that'll be $1.04 with tax. I go, tax? Wait, I am kinky?
Tax too.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
What'd you do, dog?
So I screwed up. You know how too many times I say the wrong thing.
Yeah. Right.
Well, Kathy's into this mail order stuff again.
Right.
Yeah.
She's into this big time. I came home the other day. There was a case of breast enlargement cream on the kitchen table.
There was?
Breast enlargement cream?
Yeah, sitting right there on the table. I said, what the hell is this for? She said she rubs it on her breasts. They get bigger. I said, just use toilet paper. It's been working on your butt for 8 years.
Oh, that was a beautiful
Where are you from,
thing,
buddy?
dog.
Patterson, from Patterson, New Jersey.
Oh, sure. That's famous.
Yeah, small.
Sure.
Thugged out town. It's tiny. So small, we used to get robbed by people we knew.
That's small.
People like, stick them up. I'm like, Andre? I'm going to tell your mother, man. By the way, how is Aunt Carol? How's she doing? I'll come home for dinner.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
I can hear you, oh no. You're talking out your ass again.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Check.
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. And our guest today, I'm Chick McGee, but Tom, we have a very special guest we haven't seen in a very long time.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm supposed to introduce him?
Sure,
I'm sorry.
I think he's still doing comedy or something like that. I'm not sure, but you go ahead.
He is comedian Ryan Singer. Ryan, it's nice to see you, sir.
Hey, it's so good to see everybody. Oh my God, it's like I can almost touch you.
We'd rather you didn't. But thanks. Is that a Howdy Doody T-shirt? What is it?
This is a it's just Howdy Wood.
Oh, I thought it said Howdy Doody.
Yeah.
This is Howdy Doody.
Oh, God, I knew that was coming.
It was coming.
Yeah.
I'm a Howdy Doody fan. You don't see much of Mr.
I was
Doody.
telling the folks earlier, I don't know if they knew that or not, but back during the podcast days, you told us a story about how you were kicked off a dating app
Oh,
for changing your profile pic. Would you care to go over that?
Well, maybe this is for Bob and Tom After Hours.
Yeah, I think you're correct.
Yeah, there was. That was a dark time.
Now, what you're thinking he put up as a profile pic is exactly what he put up as a profile pic.
Yeah, and if it makes it any better, I don't really remember doing it. I may have been like into the sauce a little bit back then.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Are you a single guy these days?
Well, actually, I just moved out of my apartment where I was domesticated.
So you're exiting a relationship.
I am currently exiting a relationship.
Were you asked to leave the apartment?
I was politely asked to remove all of my things.
Including yourself.
Including myself.
Are you all right?
I'm doing okay.
Did you have a lot of things? Or
no, not really. I just, I had my baseball cards, and which is actually probably the big problem in the relationship. I was spending more on baseball cards than I was on her. But I got back into baseball cards during the pando. But so it's all in a storage unit. So just books, notebooks, and baseball cards. Pretty much the totality of my life.
So she has the furniture and everything.
She has the furniture and everything. I'm waiting on a buyout.
All right.
Give me half that IKEA money. So you owe me she's going to Venmo me $17.
Okay. How long was this encounter?
About 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Is that a record for you?
That was a record for me.
I was going to say, that's got to be.
Yeah, I mean, I was ready to go. I mean, I was locked in.
You're ready to go? You mean get married, go?
Yeah, I thought so.
How was the exit portrayed or presented, I should say, to you?
Well, it was kind of just a conversation. I mean, we did have, it's all very amicable.
Mm-hmm.
I should
But I mean, she just didn't just text you 2 years, I'm out. Blood.
No, it wasn't a text. It was a conversation. And it was, there was issues in our relationship, I thought she was a robot. And, when someone or an alien,
right.
She was like an alien or a robot that hadn't quite perfected how to be a human being yet, right? Like there was little clues along the way.
Like what?
She would say, she got all of her aphorisms wrong. Like she'd be like, well, I don't have a horse in this fight. And I'd be like, well, I don't think you should, but I think you mean dog. And she'd be like, oh, error. And I'd be like,
wow, that's a robot.
Wait, what did you say? Error? And she'd be like, well, don't just leave me alone. You should never shake a man while he's down. And I'm like, well, that's also true, but.
Did she like your baseball cards?
She did. She's very competitive.
Oh.
So she's like, well, I'm going to have a better baseball card collection than you are. And she had a very good job, so she won.
So she can afford the upper deck.
Yeah.
So just out of curiosity, is there a picture of you right now in her bicycle spokes? She goes down the street.
Yeah, so, no, but she's great. I mean, obviously, I still love her. We're going to be friends, and it's, we're going to do our best to do that. But I mean, there were little things too. The problem was we weren't like a perfect match long term. And I was, because one time she said to me, it would be really fun. And I said, oh, what's that? And she goes, I would just love this. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she goes, if you took all of your T-shirts and steamed them. And I was like, this is the rest of my life. I said that to myself, obviously. She's like, wouldn't that be so fun if you just steamed all of your T-shirts and then hung them up in the closet? And I'm like, T-shirts are not for hanging. T-shirts are for throwing in a pile, right?
Yeah.
But so it was I mean, she's a Virgo. I'm a Cancer. Was it ever going to work? I don't know. Earth and water kind of things get muddy.
Sure.
Yeah, I tried it with 2 Virgos too. It doesn't work.
All right. Ryan Singer is our guest, a former boyfriend. Now, did you have your own place now? Are you living?
No, I got a storage unit in
Burbank,
California.
Just on the road right now?
I'm just on the float. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're floating this weekend to Mason City Limits in Mason City, Illinois. Tonight and tomorrow you'll be on stage. Perhaps you'll meet the love of your life.
Yeah, and
or at least the love
Maybe he's not looking. Give him a break.
Yeah, right there in the rebound.
This is right now, if you will.
Yeah, there you go. Mrs. Right Now. Mrs. for tonight.
Yeah.
Handsome young man.
Yeah, so if there's any women out there who are independently wealthy, love baseball cards.
Like a guy who travels.
Yeah, a guy who's never around.
What's your most valuable baseball card?
My most valuable baseball, it's a good question. Oh, God. You know, I just picked up some old Barry Larkin rookies.
No kidding.
Just a Barry Larkin rookie I didn't even know existed. I picked that up the other day. I was in my hometown of Dayton. But that's, I've got a Max Scherzer graded rookie card.
Oh, nice.
Which I think is probably a pretty good card. I mean, he's a lock for the Hall of Fame.
Sure,
so that card's never going to go down in value.
Did you see this morning in the news, we have a kind of a baseball card story. Mark Zuckerberg, of course, the head honcho.
Back to this, huh?
Meta and Facebook.
How do you know what story to go back to? Well,
because one other story that we have involves baseball cards. No.
They're actually selling an NFT of a Zuckerberg Little League
baseball card.
When he was a kid,
maybe if you explain it to me this time, I'll get it.
Apparently, the story, as Christy pointed out, not very well written. Apparently, when he was a kid, like 8 or 9, he was on a Little League team, and they gave all the kids baseball cards with their faces and pictures, which is cool. It's fun.
Which makes sense now.
His former camp counselor, sounds like a great guy, still a teacher, still a camp counselor. He's a 50-year-old guy who was going through some stuff and found the Mark Zuckerberg baseball card. So they're going to auction it off, as well as an NFT of the card. It's kind of fun. And it's obviously it's not a Major League Baseball card, but it's just sort of a fun thing. And Zuckerberg himself is promoting it because he wants to promote all that NFT crap on his various platforms. And this is probably the last time he played sports, I guess, when he was 9. So
yeah, probably.
This kind of makes him appear to be a human being, which is fun. But
yeah, that is.
Anyways,
nice
it'll be auctioned, as I mentioned earlier. It'll be auctioned, by the way, along with all of everyone's data out there. You'll be.
Oh, good.
That'll be for sale very soon if you'd like to. But my idea is to come up with a series of tech billionaire trading cards.
Oh, okay. Well, now the question remains, like, what is this set called? Like, what are you going to call it? I mean, there are, like, set registries, too, but I don't know, Moguls, the Mogul deck.
That's not bad, yeah.
The Moguls.
1%.
The 1%ers, hey, we have our own space companies because because we're getting off the planet. Isn't that weird how every billionaire is like, I'm getting out of here as quick as possible. Good luck, everybody. It's like, maybe climate change is real. But it is, I wonder how many billionaires there are, though. Like, how many cards could you make? You could definitely make a deck of 52, right?
You could do a tech team. I mean, that would be.
You got your Musk, you've got your Bezos.
Yeah, but
you've got.
What about the billionaires who maintain a low profile?
Like Warren Buffett? Do you think he's going to have a baseball card?
Are there any billionaires? There's got to be that we're not.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. If we looked at a list of billionaires, we'd probably only recognize 8 names, and the rest would.
I think the really smart ones keep a nice low profile.
Yeah.
They can have fun and not be bothered constantly. But once again, we need to move forward.
Those are the true puppeteers.
Yes.
The billionaires, we don't know their names.
Doing everything behind the scenes.
I see. We're talking with comedian Ryan Singer, a baseball card collector, a man who lives in a storage unit and who will be on the road this weekend. At the Mason City Limits in Mason City, Illinois. Christy Lee is at the Bob and Tom News Desk. Have we missed anything?
Well, we have some fine art in the news. The National Galleries of Scotland has announced a previously unknown self-portrait of Vincent van Gogh has been discovered behind another of the artist's paintings.
Have you seen this?
No.
The self-portrait was found on the back of Van Gogh's Head of a Peasant Woman when experts at the Edinburgh Gallery took an X-ray of the canvas ahead of an upcoming exhibition. The subject was instantly recognizable as the artist himself and is thought to be from his early work. The left ear is still there. So
okay, all right.
Obviously before 1888 when he cut off his ear. The experts at the gallery are evaluating how to remove the glue and cardboard without harming Head of a Peasant Woman. Van Gogh was known for turning canvases around and painting on the other side to save money.
I don't know how that got. I don't know how that got famous anywhere for cutting his ear off. It really didn't hurt him any. I mean, it was just cosmetic, really. He can still hear.
Oh, sure, yeah. One can.
You don't think that's a gesture that shows perhaps mental illness?
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't do
yeah.
anything stupid like cutting off your ear when you got... Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. Yeah, you're right.
Which divorce are you talking about? I cut off my bank account a couple times.
Yeah, okay.
That's always fun to talk about.
I meant the one where your testicles were removed.
The testicles, yeah.
The person.
Those in glass houses should not throw stones.
Hey, shut up.
That is amazing. He just... his omnipotence continues. I have no idea how, but yeah.
I saw an X-ray of this thing. There's obvious. He painted over. I don't know how they're going to recover it, but it's there somewhere. So he'd probably be upset, don't you think?
How so?
Well, if he didn't like it.
If he didn't like it.
Yeah, I painted over it. He didn't want us to see it.
Because, I mean, this is the
I thought
equivalent.
he painted it on the back, so it was like two...
I don't think
he
so.
was famous for painting on the back, but this one is actually underneath.
I think
I got you.
Painted on top of it, I think.
Okay.
But, I mean, this would be like... This is the self-portrait. This is the equivalent of the selfie in 1888 or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
maybe a little less.
Don't you occasionally take a selfie, Josh, and then delete it?
Sure, I've done that.
No, see, this is one he deleted.
Okay.
All
He
right.
didn't want it to be seen.
Well,
Van gone, was what he said.
He announced that.
Yeah, he said. He said Van huffing.
Yeah.
Then he left in a
It
huff.
didn't make much sense.
Yeah, he left in a huff.
But he was prescient enough to know that we would eventually see Van Gogh.
Of course, he's mostly famous for inventing the bicycle, the Huffy.
Is that right? Huffy.
Speaking of Van Gogh, casinos are hoping to expand their appeal beyond the slot machine and buffet and are turning to fine art to bring in new business. In one such example...
Oh, I've seen some. Honestly, the Bellagio has done this for a while.
I know.
Yeah.
That when I was in Vegas, that's what I did last time.
Yeah.
Instead of losing all my money, I went there and looked at some of the great paintings.
And many of us have seen this, but the highly acclaimed Beyond Van Gogh, the immersive experience, recently opened at Atlantic City's Hard Rock Casino. The 30,000 square foot display uses over 300 of Van Gogh's works, reproducing them digitally and projecting them onto screens, walls, and floors. It's really cool if you get a chance to see it.
I did that too. You're right.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But it's not the real paintings.
No, of course not.
The Bellagio has the real.
You're right. Yeah.
So,
yeah. Other casinos are getting into the fine art scene. The Bellagio, as we talked about, has displays of Picasso, Monet, Warhol, Titan, and Van Gogh.
You got to be careful that some of them are fake. You know what I found out, Josh?
What's that?
That's not the real Eiffel Tower in Vegas.
What?
It's not?
Yes, it is. They dismantled the one in right?
Wait, did Copperfield put it there?
What happened?
Yeah. And that Empire State Building in Vegas, fake. Sorry.
Can you imagine if you walked up to see a monument and it was gone and Copperfield?
The Palms Casino Resort has got more modern art, if you're into that, from Jean-Michel Basquiat.
Oh, Jean.
Basquiat,
Jean-Michel
please.
Basquiat, Richard Prince, and Andy
Mesquite
Warhol.
is the charcoal briquette bearer. Unless it says Mesquite, don't trust it to your grave.
Of course, I wouldn't want to hang fine art in a casino because, the patina left by secondhand smoke, probably not all that good.
Although you might be surprised, they have stopped letting you smoke in most sports books.
No kidding.
Really?
And I had this dream as a young... Well, not as a young kid, but as a guy who used to smoke. I was like, someday I just want to go in a sports book for 4 days and just chain smoke, right?
Yeah.
That'll be my life. I'll be betting on games, watching everything. So then I decided to start smoking again during the pandemic, like a dummy. And I was like, I got to go to Vegas, live this dream before I stop smoking again. Can't find a sports book. I found one where you can kind of be on the outskirts at a bar. So I was like, this will work. Turns out the dream was not nearly as enjoyable as I envisioned it.
But don't you love when you're sitting in a sports book and something incredibly insignificant will happen in one of the games and some guy stands up screaming, heaving.
It's actually,
it
is really incredible. Those are these incredible.
Why did they get a basket there? They're ahead by 12.
That's the ninth first down in the first quarter. I win. Shut up.
Okay, well. So anyway, just a word to the wise. You know there's something?
What?
Kings Island, Ohio, USA.
Yeah.
That's not the real Eiffel Tower.
Oh.
The one in Vegas? Fake.
Yeah.
Just so you know. Did you ever create your own Jackson Pollock, Christy?
No.
A little too much to drink, and you.
No.
Oh, sure. Driving the porcelain bus, you got
I thought you meant
some guy holding your hair, holding your ponytail, going, "Come on, Christy."
You never had a guy hold your hair while you puke?
Mm-mm.
What's your name again?
You ever had a guy pull your hair while in the throat?
Stop.
A little tug, huh?
A little tug?
What do you like? You like a little slap
I don't
in the
like
face?
that.
You don't like that?
I'm so sorry,
about a
Ryan.
choke?
This is embarrassing to me.
May I choke you?
We have a guest.
Sorry.
You think it's embarrassing? You should hear it on your Raycons if you think you're embarrassed now.
Gentle person.
Oh, the Raycons. We got more. We get love letters from. Look at this right here, right on top. As a matter of fact,
I think you have the same one I do.
Is this one from John?
No, I got one from Mike. Go
you
ahead.
read Mike's.
Okay, this is from Mike. Dear funny people, in quotes.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
about
that's
right.
a left-handed compliment.
And Christy, I bought a pair of Raycon earbuds via your recommendations as I needed a new set. I'm sad to say they are truly the best pair I've ever had. I don't like saying
Why
sad.
is he
to say
sad?
it. I don't know. They allow me to hear just how stupid you guys really are.
that's why
agree
he's
with
sad.
us. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. What's yours say?
John's a little more complimentary. I enjoy most of the people on your show, except I'm not going to read that one. But he loves his Raycon earbuds. Tell me more about those earbuds, my friend.
Raycon's everyday earbuds, of course, look, feel, and sound better than ever with 3 sound profiles to match whatever you're listening to. They feature noise isolation and awareness mode, so you can choose to be immersed in sound or maybe you have to tune into your surroundings if you need to. And you can listen while you travel or during maybe a grueling workout. Optimized gel tips from Raycon fit every ear ever made. And those earbuds are comfortable enough for all-day wear, and they will not budge. With Raycon, you also get 8 hours of playtime, 32 hours of battery life, and you get all that for half the price of other premium audio brands. No wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 49,000 5-star reviews. So, right now, go to buyraycon.com/Tom and get 15% off your Raycon order just because you know us. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off your Raycons. One more time, that's buyraycon.com/Tom.
Real quick, Christy, you were just in Paris.
I was.
And I mentioned the famous Eiffel Tower knockoff at Kings Island.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go to Kings Island, I always have the same rule, which is if you get lost, meet at the Eiffel Tower. In the middle of this huge, great park with great roller coasters, et cetera, et cetera. When you were in the actual real Paris, did you say to your girls, hey, listen, if you get lost, meet me at the Eiffel Tower?
No, I didn't, but...
Well, you should have agreed. It would have been a much better story. Thank you. Say, Ryan, I heard you were in Paris last year.
I was, and you'll never
tell
guess.
everybody if you got lost?
Yeah, I told him, I was like, meet me at the Eiffel Tower.
Yes,
and if you see
sir.
Copperfield, then we're all missing.
Yeah, now I'll plug your show.
Meet me at the cafe. I'll be sitting there smoking and drinking. Thank
you know what?
No, I'm just kidding.
Now that, it's like those moments like where you're like, well, you know what? I guess I'll just do this again. And like, I'm doing my best not to do that. I mean, because, I'm 46.
Well, when we come back, we'll find out about your smoking. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Even though we're not too much to look at, you can also watch the show on our YouTube channel. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
So, Nick, let's start with the basics. Are you a married guy?
No, I just got divorced.
Sorry to hear about that.
It's okay. Lots of people get divorced. Einstein got divorced.
He did?
Yeah, did you know that? Albert Einstein, arguably the most intelligent man who ever lived, got divorced. They should tell you that before you get married. It shouldn't be, do you love her? Do you want to spend the rest of your life with her? It should be, do you think you're smarter than Einstein?
Oh, so you're dating then?
I guess. You know what I don't want to do? I don't want to say I love you anymore. I hate that first I love you. That's the worst. The first time you ever tell a woman you love her. If they like you, they want to hear it. And when they hear it that first time, something comes over them. You know, their eyes get all wide and get that diabolical grin on their face. You can almost feel them saying, excellent.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
I'm warning you, don't do that.
There's laughter ahead.
I should be having a better time if this is a party.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Sexy time coming up on a special Friday edition. Allie Breen in the 9 o'clock hour. And don't forget the laughter after the Bob and Tom show. We call it Bob and Tom's Work Farce. All the fun without really that much effort. Keep that smile going all day and keep your coworkers guessing what's making you so happy. It's us right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Thanks for listening, Bob and Tom fans. It's Friday.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Josh Jacobs and rookie Zamir White ran well on a rain-soaked field, and the Raiders rout Jacksonville 27-11 in the Hall of Fame game last night. In the NFL, spoiling Coach Doug Peterson's first game with the Jaguars. Derek Carr and Devontae Adams for Las Vegas did not see action. Following Brittany Griner's sentencing in Russia to 9 years in prison yesterday, WNBA players, coaches, and fans locked arms and tried to send the basketball star's strength during a moment of silence before games last night. And NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has chosen former New Jersey Attorney General Peter C. Harvey to hear the appeal of the 6-game suspension for Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson. Major League Baseball yesterday, American League, your winners, Oakland, Tampa Bay, Houston, Texas, Kansas City, and Toronto. In the National League, Pittsburgh, St. Louis, the Dodgers, Colorado, Philly, the Mets, and St. Louis all win. And 2 WNBA games last night, Connecticut and Dallas both win. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Have you had any products approach you and go, can you be our spokeslady?
Yeah, recently Preparation H.
Is that right?
I do a specialty Prep H spray and Twisted Tea.
Wow.
Is there such a thing as you spray Preparation H?
It's new. It's nice.
I'm stunned by spray-on Preparation H.
So, yeah, is it for the roids?
Yes. I made a video for the Prep H. And, you got to get it cleared.
Are you talking about the video or your bottom area? Yeah, you got to clear the area.
Yeah, it looks like a clump of grapes down there, Becky.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is comedian Tim Cavanaugh, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Al from the MES News Center in New York. I'm Tom Bochow. In Bogota, Colombia, Brian Naranjo, age 18, says being small has its advantages, one being having a better view of girls in miniskirts, standing just 27.9 inches tall.
Wow.
Naranjo was named the smallest man in Latin America by the Guinness Book of Records.
27 inches tall.
Besides holding the #1 position, he fulfilled another dream by going to Disneyland, where he called the It's a Small World exhibit disappointing. In Stockholm, Sweden, Leif Borg, warning he would blow the courtroom into the air just 10 minutes earlier at his divorce trial, pulled dynamite from his briefcase and set it off, killing himself and seriously wounding his wife's lawyer, severing the lawyer's limbs.
Wow.
Witnesses said the explosion occurred during proceedings to determine how the couple's property would be split. For once, a lawyer got the charge that cost him an arm and a leg.
And on a high one, that a boy.
Good move. Throw away the script and get out.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Joining us in the studio, comedian Ed Yeager.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Ed. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you again.
I'm glad football season's almost here. I love football.
I do too.
I was I was in a hotel room, and I was watching a football game, and I opened the drawer, I pull out the Bible, I turned to John 3:16. Mm-hmm. And it actually says, "Sitteth thee in the end zone with a large sign."
Are the stars out tonight? I don't care if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I'm blind.
Jeez.
Bob and Tom.
If you irradiate poop, it will be sterile, but it's still poop.
You can pick your morning radio show.
Tomorrow night.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Howdy.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
Prove it. By my count, 2 songs. Is that it? 2 songs?
Yeah,
One song.
We got to get
I'm cruising today.
What's wrong? Got my feet up, ringing the bell. There's Josh Arnold.
Chicky.
Ace Cosby's here. Hey. I'm Chick McGee at the sports desk. And Tom, we have a special guest in the studio.
Handsome factor way up in the room.
Oh,
isn't
look
it?
at that! Look at that
Yes.
face. It's comedian Ryan Singer, newly single, recently thrown out.
Recently thrown out.
Recently politely asked to leave by his girlfriend, and then was that a face-to-face please leave?
I mean, it was kind of a mutual. I mean, we'll say it's mutual, but someone always starts the mutual.
Yeah. yeah.
It's not like we both were just like jinx. That's a new relationship. Jinx.
Okay, you need a code.
But yeah, it was a face-to-face.
Was it one of those? It's not me, it's you. I mean, no, it's not you, it's me. What is it?
Yes.
Yeah, it was more like it's not me, it's everything about you.
Sure. Yeah, who hasn't been down that road?
Who hasn't been down that road? Now go out and make it a great day.
I bring this up because I understand that you, Pat, have written a song about this young lady you're seeing. Is this
Oh, I'm
correct?
not talking about it. No, it's not for air.
Oh.
I will sing about it, though.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
All
So
right.
this is an actual.
Not talking about it.
Okay, but can I just get it? This is an actual romance you're involved with.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I've asked you to get out your guitar because that's what you do on the show.
That's how I express myself.
And I can see you have it in your lap.
It's my instrument.
Through his instrument.
Go ahead. What have you got?
When I'm done with that, I pick up the acoustic guitar. Got a gal named Paula. Paula O'Brien is her name. She's very intoxicating. I'm like a moth to a flame. I've been sober 15 years. I walk a very straight line. But if Paula O'Brien's boobs were booze, I'd be loaded all of the time. Never been a boob guy, Josh.
Yeah?
And I don't mean to objectify. It's important I stay sober. Oh, heaven knows I try. I go to my AA meetings, spent a night in jail, paid my fines. But if Paula O'Brien's boobs were booze, I'd be loaded all of the time. I'd fall off the wagon with a major slip. If Paula's boobs were booze and I had one little nip, I'd motorboat them every day and get a BWI. If Paula O'Brien's boobs were booze, I'd be loaded all of the time. I hope she doesn't hear that.
Yeah, she's going to love that.
You had
You
to
enjoy
run
her-
that by her first.
You enjoy her boobs.
I did not. I do.
Big knockers. Those
You like what she's working with.
Big knockers. Big knockers.
I can't wait
all
till
the
you
time.
guys break up and then we play that song.
Yeah.
That'll be fun, huh? That'll be real
Yeah,
fun.
I'd like to hear that song while you're crying.
And a minor key.
I'll be crying at some point.
Those boobs are gone.
In some other man's hands.
Yes, sir.
Getting motorboated.
Some other guy down the way.
Okay.
He kind of looks like me. Is that weird?
But he's much more mature.
Has a lot more money.
I'll tell you what, though.
Yes, sir.
Maybe you'd be a great team with Ryan here.
Ryan and I?
Yeah.
Oh
I could imagine the trouble we'd get into.
Oh, me and you?
Together. I'm just thinking about all the top shelf boobs.
Yep.
Now, do you? I should point out, by the way, that Ryan is a very fine stand-up comedian, and he is going to be at the Mason City Limits Comedy Club, Mason City, Illinois, tonight and tomorrow. Now, am I correct in saying, were you a waiter at Applebee's?
No, I was a waiter at O'Charlie's.
O'Charlie's.
Yes.
Oh, they have good rolls.
It's all the same. Yeah.
Those rolls are
delicious.
Applebee's has their ribs, but Charlie's has those rolls.
O'Charlie's has those rolls, and they were the bane of my. Is it bane or vein of mine?
Bane.
Bane, yeah.
It's Bane,
Bane.
like
the Batman guy?
Yeah.
Okay, so there were people who would come into the restaurant and they'd be like, "I'm meeting a friend here. Can we just get some rolls?" And so I'd bring a basket of rolls, and then they'd be like, "Oh, and I need, water, extra lemons, and I'm out of sugar." And so they'd just be making their own lemonade at the table. And, they'd be like, "Can you open the blinds a little bit? I need a little more sun." So they're like getting the sun lemonade. They got rolls. They're eating the rolls. They're like, "Oh, I don't know where my friend is." And they'd eat about 15 rolls, have their free lemonade. And they'd be like, "You know what? I was supposed to meet him at like TGI or somewhere else." And they would leave.
Wow.
They would just load up on those rolls.
But they were good.
They were good, and we were supposed to throw them away at the end of the night, and I was like, not on my watch. I would be taking those, those big, like, plastic bags, like industrial. I would be walking out of which are like some kind of carb-loaded Santa Claus at the end of the night, and I lived on those rolls for years.
Now, were you a good waiter?
I was a very good waiter. In fact, I was Employee of the Month August 2008.
Well, how about that?
Yeah, and they never had an Employee of the Month until I said, "You know what? You need to start an Employee of the Month because I am that good."
Are you on a plaque there if we were to go?
I am on a plaque there out by the Dayton Mall off 725. I was so good that, I was actually, because I was a guy who showed up to work and I put anything that was going on, I put it aside. I was always in a good mood. I had people who were regulars. One time I moved into my own apartment. It was a breakup, and I had to move out again. And
seems to be the theme of our show. We'll get back to that.
And so these people that were always wanted to sit in my section, they're like, "You had to move out? I'm so sorry." And they furnished my apartment.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I also did other things for them on the side, but...
Like mow their lawn, sell them pot.
Mow their lawn, and but I enjoyed waiting tables. But I think everybody has a customer service well inside their body, and as soon as it goes dry, you got to get out.
Yeah.
Because you just can't handle it anymore. The rudeness from strangers. Everybody has a tolerance that once they reach that, it's just like I would just be in the walk-in cooler on a Friday night during rush hour. I'd be like where you go the scream chamber, right? People, because if you don't smoke, you're like, "Oh, how am I gonna So I would go into the scream chamber, and it was like you were in deep space. And you just, "Ask me for one more cup of ranch." How many times can someone order a steak extra well done, not burnt, before you say, "I'll bring you some ice cubes"? Okay, not frozen.
Yeah.
Ryan Singer is our guest. Do you have any... I know that you're on the loose again, on the road. Do you have any things that you do in your spare time? Are you like an athlete? Do you run? Do you...
I started playing... I play a ton of pickleball.
Oh, cool.
I love a good... Yeah, there's a bunch of comedians on the west side of L.A. where I live. We've got a pickleball thread. There's probably about 13 of us in this text thread, and we're playing pickleball a couple times a week.
Fun.
Really fun.
Christy loves pickleball.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's great. If you love ping pong,
I'm not good at it.
but you also like being outside, and you don't love all the running that tennis has, pickleball.
Yeah.
I don't mind playing. I just have depth perception problems.
I thought you said death perception.
Yeah. Well, she perceives death in a different way than most of us.
No, depth perception.
It's always much. She always thinks it's much closer than it is.
So it's hard, but
we have a couple things we have to get to. Let's do a quick story, Christy, because we haven't covered everything in the news.
The Cincinnati Zoo celebrating the birth of a full-term hippopotamus.
Oh.
The baby hippo is a sibling to Fiona, who became a global celebrity.
They're both
when
real
she was
fat.
born.
Did you see?
Oh, they're fat.
Fat.
Well, fats beget fats.
Yeah.
Staff at Cincinnati Zoo discovered the calf's mom, 23-year-old BB, was pregnant around April Fool's Day.
What a load.
It came as quite a surprise because BB was on birth control. Oops.
Oh, well, this is a...
Question.
She's a whore.
Wait a minute. How long do they put animals on birth control?
How do you get them to eat?
What?
What do you do?
What?
Is it an oral?
They don't give them a pill every day like they give
it's like a
women.
NuvaRing. It's like a hula hoop. You should see it.
Is it like an IUD? Or
I don't
is
know
it
what kind of birth control they use. I'm not up on my hippo birth control.
Well, what kind of a reporter are you?
I know, right? Christina Gorsuch, the Cincinnati Zoo's director of animal care, said BB and the baby, yet to be named.
Oh, that's a great sitcom. Ryan's actually up for that part.
Oh,
BB and the Baby.
BB and the Baby?
BB and the Baby.
Yeah, I need to run some lines later.
It's going to be great.
Going to spend the next 2 weeks bonding behind the scenes. There's a lot of video up there. If you go to their Twitter page, it's really cute. She's a really cute little thing.
Really fat.
And they haven't named it yet.
No.
Are they going to do one of those contests?
I hope
Probably.
I don't know. Those never work out too well, do they?
No, they're going to
It's
get.
always like hippo face
Yeah,
or whatever.
they'll get
one of
5,000 of those, and we need to prevent those people from voting in any election. And then get a funny name. Shrek. Maybe will it be Shrek? Because they've got Fiona.
Fiona. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. I don't know if they've sexed it yet, so I don't know.
Well, I don't
Is
care
there
what
a big old wang hanging off it?
You know, Josh.
I'm just asking the scientific questions.
I'd like to know what kind of birth control you give to a hippopotamus.
I'll find out and tell you when we get back from the break.
Okay. Mother BB. Well, congratulations. That's fun. I just out of curiosity, did they not want to get any more hippos?
Yeah, I wonder why it was on birth control.
I don't know.
We're up to our hips and hippos.
Maybe because Fiona was born prematurely, they were worried about her having another baby.
But no,
this was full term. She did a good job.
Okay.
What's the gestation period?
68 days.
Oh,
okay,
for
thank you
God's
very much.
sake. I'll have everything you want to know about hippos when we come back.
That's
okay?
highly inaccurate. When we come back, we have Ryan Singer hanging out with us. We also have coming up the big deal of the week from Napa and Sexy Time with Allie Breen. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Greg Warren, former state champion wrestler. You're the son of a wrestling coach. Now, I assume your dad was also your wrestling coach. Is that correct?
Yes, he was. He was a high school wrestling coach, so I wrestled, and my mom was into music, so I played the clarinet in the band, which they made fun of me, especially the guys on the wrestling team, especially my best friend, Huey Baker. He was a black guy. Mm-hmm. He's one of those guys that would just get a hold of something and never shut up. And look at Greg, man. Greg played a flute. It's a clarinet, Huey. It's a flute, Greg. You a flute man. Look at little flute man, Greg. Flute your flute, Greg. Little flute man, Greg. He'll be on the bus going to a match. He'll be real quiet, and all of a sudden you hear, hop, 2, 3, 4. What the hell we fighting for? Flute man. It's embarrassing when you're out there wrestling and you hear, hit him with your flute, Greg.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Don't.
The Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, treat yourself to a VIP membership at bobandtom.com. If you love the Bob and Tom Show, or you know someone who does, it makes a great gift, and it gives you full access. The live 7-camera video stream. They might be up to 9. It's hard to keep track of the technology these days. Also, you can get the Bob and Tom Show commercial-free and on demand with our daily podcast, the archives, the album library. You pick up what I'm laying down. Check it out now at bobandtom.com/VIP.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. Kevin Spacey's already paid this loss of his main job and, of course, reputation due to sexual harassment claims. Now he's going to have to pay a lot of money. A Los Angeles judge has backed up a private arbiter's ruling that Spacey and his production companies must pay nearly $31 million to the makers of House of Cards. According to producers, firing Spacey caused them to stop work on season 6, rewrite episodes to remove his character, and do fewer shows than usually they would have. Baseball card collectors know that you can pay big bucks for a rookie card, but would you pay big bucks for a Mark Zuckerberg card? Well, Ali Tortino hopes you will, because he had him in his camp as a young kid. And apparently Zuckerberg was signing baseball cards of himself and handing them out as mementos. Tortino found one, and he's now putting it up on Facebook, and he'll also sell it as an NFT. And Lady A will be postponing their tour till next year while Charles Kelly works on his sobriety. The group posted on social media that they are a band and, more importantly, a family, and will take time to support each other. That tour was supposed to start August 20th in Memphis. New dates will be announced in the coming days. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
Hey, this is Frank Caliendo, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Special guest, Randy Gandhi.
He's a Randy Gandhi. We say Randy.
Randy Gandhi?
Randy Gandhi.
Randy Gandhi. The answer is?
The answer is sputum samples.
Sputum samples.
Exactly.
The question.
What do you call someone who's a spitting image of junior samples? Answer is
yes.
Kenmore Weed Whacker.
Kenmore Weed Whacker.
Yes.
Oh no.
What did Barbie yell as she made love with Ken in the tool shed? The answer is aye, sir. Aye, sir.
Aye, sir. Aye, sir.
Yes.
The question. Tough envelope.
What does the coat girl say to Sammy Davis right after she says, hat, sir? The answer is Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
What happens when Stevie Wonder tries to shave himself?
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Today's Cliff Notes Theater, the monumental epic movie, Titanic.
Oh. Man, this is some boat. Uh-oh.
This has been Cliff Notes Theater. Cliff Notes Theater, when you just don't have time to set through the whole movie.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Hi, this is Nick Griffin, and you're listening
to Lanter. Thank you, sir.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Well, howdy, chick.
Hey, there's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Chick.
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone.
Not dirty.
Oh, well, I'm Chick McGee, and Tom, we have a very special old friend.
Yes.
That's a handsome man. He is comedian Ryan Singer. Ryan is on the road because his home is no longer existing. He currently has, what little stuff he has in this world, primarily baseball cards, are parked in a storage unit somewhere on the West Coast. And he's on the road in Mason City, Illinois this weekend at Mason City Limits for some great live comedy and air-conditioned comfort. And before we get to Ryan, I want to ask, has your phone gone off at all, Pat?
Mine?
Now that you said your new song dedicated to your new lady friend?
Yeah, I got 2 texts.
Okay.
Well,
Has
one
she
for each
not
boob that you sung about.
Okay, all right, very nice.
You did not run that by her?
I didn't think I should.
Yeah, nothing's funnier than a surprise like that.
Oh, surprise like that, surprise breakup. There's nothing funnier.
Now, I have a question for Ryan. You were telling me off the air that you just drove across the country. Oh, and did you stop at any of the highlights? Like they'll have like the world's biggest ball of twine, the world's biggest paint ball.
You know, I mean, it's just like the heart and soul of like just American ingenuity, like these tourist traps, like these great places. Like I know because we're obsessed with them too. Like there was I was driving through Kansas and I saw a sign that had like 3 of them. It said, "Stop and see the world's largest wooden shoes."
Oh,
I was like, oh, well, okay. Because in California they have, I think it's like Barstow. It's like the world's largest thermometer.
Sure.
Like, stop and see it. And it's like, well, you don't have to stop and see it. You're in a desert. You can see it just by driving by it. Right? But like we are obsessed. I find it really interesting how we're obsessed with like the biggest stuff or like the world's longest or largest. Like we had like civic pride for years because Sears Tower was the world's largest building for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And we're like, America, we got the world's largest building. And I was always like, why do we care about the world's largest building when a slightly taller crane built that building?
Hadn't thought of that.
Shouldn't we be like obsessed with the world's tallest crane? Like who's got the world's tallest crane? And if the world's tallest building was built by a slightly taller crane, that means the world's tallest crane was probably built by a slightly taller crane.
Oh my
So it's like, who cranes the cranes, chick?
Who? Yeah.
So you like to think about stuff while stoned?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Are you
No, I don't. When I was a kid, I had access to too much marijuana.
Too much.
There was a kid I went to school with who lived on a farm and found a freezer full of it. And so we would, we'd do that and we'd see UFOs in the sky and then have bonfires. Because a bonfire, that's a great thing about a bonfire. A bonfire will cover up any smell.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what you were up to or what you were into, or it doesn't matter like if you haven't showered in a month. Go hang out by a bonfire.
Yeah.
For 15 minutes, you will smell like burnt timber, and it's great. So my parents are always like, "You're by a bonfire a lot," and I was like, "Yeah,
Nothing like that on these hot days.
Yeah.
Like a noontime bonfire.
I may be addicted. They say you can't get addicted to bonfires, but I might actually be addicted to bonfires.
Something about being close to the flame."
So I'm
sort of a contact bonfire.
So I got you off track. So you're obsessed with large things. What is the biggest thing of that ilk that you've ever seen?
The world's largest rocking chair.
Oh, you went? Yeah.
I went.
Where is that?
Gosh, I can't even remember.
In Illinois.
Illinois,
Yeah, the world's largest rocking chair.
Willie and Oskar just recently saw it.
Yeah.
Can you get in there and rock
Can
with
you
it?
rock on it?
You cannot sit on it.
No. I mean, you get there and you're just like, yeah. It's big.
Larger than I'm used to, yeah.
There's a giant.
That is
I
large.
think all these signs are just kind of like clues for like if there's a giant that ever needs to like have stuff. Like, the giant can go have his shoes. The world's largest shoes. He can go sit in a chair. If he's got sick, he's got a thermometer he can use. But it's like, these are all just like hidden clues for giants to find things.
I know where the thermometer, it's in, that's the Bun Boy in Baker.
Barstow?
It's Baker or Barstow. It's
Baker, California.
Yeah.
It's the Bun Boy, and it's it's right in the Death Valley, and it's always 180 degrees.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But you raise a good point, though. If there is, in fact, a giant from another planet.
You've got Tom talking seriously.
It's an excellent point.
I mean, if he's got a fever, he can.
And he'd have to go to Casey, Illinois, the world's largest rocking chair.
They have the world's largest wind chimes and mailbox.
56 and a half feet tall. It was completed in August of 2015.
What was the purpose?
Just to have the world's biggest. I mean,
talk about it.
Yeah.
Is it in front of a diner or a
It's in front of the world's largest Cracker Barrel. Yeah.
And the world's largest checkerboard.
Right.
The world's largest.
Sometimes they're suckers. I went to one that was called Ruby Falls. And
Oh
it was
my
just
gosh, I've always
some
had to
old
see,
lady
yeah.
named Ruby, and she couldn't get up.
That's kind of entertaining, too.
Hey, Ruby, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. I mean, we can help you.
I expected water.
I can't get up, you bastard. Don't help me.
Ruby.
I'd like to see that. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's head back to the news desk with Christy Lee. Have we missed anything?
A wayward dolphin's been swimming in a Connecticut river after making its way upstream from Long Island Sound. The dolphin.
On porpoise?
Answer the man. Was it on porpoise?
No, it's a dolphin. It's not a porpoise. The dolphin
it's a porpoise.
was first spotted in July by fishermen along the Thames River. A video posted to Facebook shows the dolphin jumping around near the Norwich Marina, about 15 miles from the Sound. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration monitoring the situation. They say they hope the animal will be able to make its way back to Long Island Sound without needing to be rescued.
All right.
Well, be careful.
Why?
That the thing doesn't get back to Long Island Sound. It's going to be playing basketball at SeaWorld pretty soon. Hey, wait a minute. I didn't sign up for this. This is work. What do you mean? We're 3 shows in a Saturday? No way.
Just wanted to check out the river.
3 shows.
In New Jersey,
Do teenage dolphins call it flogging the human?
These are excellent questions.
Singer is bringing out the worst in you and thinking weird stuff.
Do sorority dolphins get a tattoo of a 20-year-old girl on their ankle?
In New Jersey, officials rescued a dog that was found swimming over a mile from shore.
No.
The Monmouth County Sheriff's Office report the 10-year-old Siberian Husky named Caden became separated from his owner, swam a mile and a half into the bay off of Union Beach.
Did he get the stick?
Good doggy. Officers with the Marine One unit located Caden and reunited him with his grateful owner.
Oh. I love how they know his name's Caden. Like, they rescue him. They're like, "Are you okay, boy?" And he's like, "My name's Caden."
Oh, all right. Well,
I'm running away from my dad because he won't stop playing Bon Jovi. I've had enough.
And he named me Caden.
Are you Caden? No, I'm Roscoe. You throw that one back. It's not Caden.
I have a question.
Yes.
Nothing for that.
Did they have
It was as if you didn't exist at all.
Yeah.
You got a bit of a vacuum there.
Yeah.
Was there a dog? Did Tony Soprano have a dog?
He did not.
I don't think he did he?
No. Why?
He had Pyomai was the horse. That's the only thing he had affection.
And ducks. He had affection for the ducks.
Oh, he had the ducks in the pool. Yeah,
I mean, that's how you know if someone's a bad person.
They don't have a dog?
They have a dog, and of course, they kill people.
Well,
Yeah, there's that.
Could also
a psychopath. They like babies and pets.
There are good people who don't have dogs.
Name one.
Me?
Josh didn't have a dog. Ace didn't have a
Wow,
dog.
wrong on both counts.
Brian doesn't have a dog.
I don't have a dog anymore.
Sorry, she got
Well,
that.
by God, he'll stay now, huh?
Okay, all right. Okay,
Damn right he
so
will.
sorry. I was just kidding. I just was trying to remember if he had a dog, and I couldn't remember. It's probably when you're making a TV show. If they have a dog, then it's a giant pain in the ass. You got to have the dog on the set all the time, and you've got to have 3 identical dogs and a bunch of trainers. Okay, now we have a lot going on coming up. It's going to be sexy time with Allie Breen. Ryan, this is going to be really helpful for you.
Right up your alley, Ryan.
This is where we talk about issues in the love life of our various.
You know, I was just sitting here thinking, we have all the experts together now.
Yes.
Experts in relationships, we're all
No
here.
problem will be left unsolved.
No, sir.
Okay, now if you actually want
We've dealt with everything.
if you want real help in this life, you've got to take care of yourself. That's where BetterHelp comes in. This is a great new thing that's out there. It's all about getting yourself hooked up with proper therapy, and now it can be done online. BetterHelp Online Therapy. Now, it could be done by video or by phone, live chat, whatever you want to do, and you don't have to be on camera. And BetterHelp is designed to help you get hooked up with a proper therapist. And if it doesn't work for that one, they can help you ease into a different one. So check it out, because it's so important to have your head together, especially right now. A lot of us have various it's almost like PTSD with all of the stuff that's been going on. in the last couple of years with COVID, et cetera, et cetera. But you got to get your mental health in gear and get it together. And one of the ways you can do that is by checking out BetterHelp.com. By the way, a special offer for Bob and Tom Show listeners. You can get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/BT Show. Take care of your mind. Take care of your life. For more information, once again, BetterHelp.com/BT Show. 10% off your first month of online therapy. BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp.com/BT Show. It's online therapy, and it offers, like I said, video. You can do it on the phone, even chat-only therapy sessions. So you don't have to be on screen if that makes you uncomfortable, and much more affordable than in-person therapy. BetterHelp.com/BT Show. Coming up, we have the lovely Allie Breen, along with Ryan Singer. Ryan on his way to Mason City Limits, Mason City, Illinois, tonight and tomorrow, ladies. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
And a good morning to you. Treat yourself now at bobandtomstore.com. Been thinking about getting some Bob and Tom Show merchandise? Didn't know we had any? Well, maybe you should go to bobandtomstore.com and see what we have. You can click in the new tab right there in the upper left-hand corner, and that'll show you our new merchandise, the hoodies, hooded zips, collared work shirts, that Bob and Tom Show hat, new for 2022. We've restocked for the summer. Our size is small all the way up to 5XL. Hey, if we don't have your size and what you want, just check back. We're constantly restocking with our sizes right there at bobandtomstore.com. But I bet we have what you need and what you want. You know why? Because we're full service, baby. bobandtomstore.com. Check it out today. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. Police and rescue workers say at least 13 people killed, dozens injured when a fire broke out early this morning at a crowded music pub in eastern Thailand. Videos circulating on social media show people fleeing the pub while thick black smoke billowed from the door. Then the entrance through which people were escaping suddenly engulfed in flames. Police said the cause of the fire at the Mountain Bee Pub in Satahip district of Chonburi province, about 100 miles southeast of Bangkok, is under investigation. Several witnesses told Thai media they saw smoke and fire on the ceiling near the venue's stage, followed by the sound of explosions. A long-lost painting by the British graffiti artist Banksy has resurfaced in a swank art gallery in downtown Tel Aviv. It now stands an hour's drive and a world away from the concrete wall in the occupied West Bank where it was initially sprayed. It depicts a slingshot-toting rat and was likely intended to protest the Israeli occupation. The relocation raises ethical questions about the removal of artwork from occupied territory and the display of politically charged pieces in radically different settings from where they were created. The 900-pound concrete slab would have had to pass through one of Israel's many military checkpoints, a daily feature of Palestinian life and a target of Banksy's artwork. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Got this new venture. It's called Say It to My Face.
Oh.
Pretty good.
Cool.
Hey, Josh, let's say someone talks smack about you on Facebook or Twitter.
Sure.
And the first thing you do is you'd call me, then I go to their house. And when they answer the door, I'll just yell, say it to my face. And then I'll jack them with a blood dart right to the larynx. And Christy, you and your ladies don't got to worry either, because I got you covered too. See, my friend Tasha and I are launching an all-female company called Oh, No, You Didn't. Well, it's hard to spell on the radio, but in print, it's badass. It's all hymenated.
Hymenated?
Yep. So the next time some chick, calls another chick an obese whale when you post your porta potty selfie on Instagrams, just give me and Tasha a call. She'll go to that chick's house and slap the spit out of her while screaming, oh, no, you didn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Becky is on the heavy pour tour. When you say heavy pour, Josh thinks you're talking about what he does when you pass him the gravy.
You see, I'm an overweight man, Becky. And what we fatty fats do is food isn't enough. You have to put something on it, whether it be a heavy cream or a gravy or maybe another entree.
special sauce.
Nobody's better than me.
I haven't heard this in a while.
I haven't either. I enjoyed it.
Sorry, Becky. I didn't mean to embarrass you.
Embarrass her.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Hi, and good morning, and welcome to the Mr. Insinuation Show. The show, well, you know. Let's go to the phones and just go to the phones, huh? Good morning, you're on the program.
Hello, Mr. Insinuation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have a...
Got a...
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it's with my wife.
Okay.
And, well,
she's not letting you...
You know.
Or she's not giving you...
Well, yeah, and...
oh, boy.
You know, I was wondering how long that would...
She's not doing the...
Yeah. And
Okay. Have you tried...
Yeah, we did that.
Okay, but have you tried this?
No, we haven't.
Okay.
Mr.
Now,
I.
have you followed... Now, if you tried that, follow it up with one of these.
Okay.
And then immediately after that, give it one of these.
Okay.
Don't forget that.
All right, well, thank you for every...
That ought to get you...
Well, yeah, okay.
You know, okay.
All right.
Well, I see by the way we have a shortened show today. And thanks for calling today. And it's been the Mr. Insinuation Show. The show...
You know.
Yeah, you know.
Right.
You know.
Sure. Fabulous program.
Hey, this is Henry Phillips, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Well, what else would you be doing with your time?
Brownwell.com. I got it in. Shut up.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. At the sound of the shut up, the show begins again. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey.
Do you have something in your mouth?
Really?
What are you eating, Christy?
What is that?
A hair? You look like you're picking a hair out of your mouth.
Oh, it's a
little lozenges
a lozenge?
Willie gave me. I don't know what they are.
Well, if Willie gave it to you, enjoy yourself.
Those are psilocybin. You'll be flying home.
Drive home quick.
All right.
But that's the best night's sleep you're going to have.
There you go.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair. And his little sound effect thing.
It's joyful.
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline. Phone.
That's what they call joyful noise.
Chick McGee. There's Tom Griswold.
Want to hear it again?
And
No.
We have a guest.
Oh.
We have a couple of guests coming up, actually. She's
Yeah,
not,
we
not on the TV.
We have comedian Ryan Singer. Ryan is on his way to Mason City, Illinois tonight and tomorrow for some live comedy at Mason City Limits. We were talking about the TV show The Sopranos.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to remember if Tony had a dog, and he didn't. One of the things that always bothered me about that show, here's a guy that he's head of one of the families. He's a serious member of organized crime.
Mm-hmm.
He's got politicians in his pocket. But he couldn't get the paper boy to bring the paper to the door.
Yeah.
Did that bother anybody else? You think that he'd go up to the paper boy one day and go, look, I'm kind of sick of wearing my robe and walking out there.
Just showing you immediately that even gangsters are people, too.
Oh, that's what that was for?
Absolutely.
Yeah, just set a tone.
Down to
What do you
earth.
think of
Exactly, yeah.
Makes sense.
Really does set a tone
Thank you
there,
thank you for clarifying that for me.
Sort of a half-baked premise there you got.
No, I think it's a fully baked premise. Oh, there we go. It's just stalling. We have Allie Breen joining us from, parts unknown. Where are we today, Allie?
Florida, putting together this Airbnb.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. It's a lot of work.
Where are you in Florida?
Orlando.
Okay.
The swamp. Nothing like the swamp.
Yep. It's very swampy.
We have a guest here. He is comedian Ryan Singer. Do you know Ryan?
Yeah, I know Ryan from a long time ago.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Good to see you, too. Ready to weigh in on some love letters?
Ryan's in good shape to be doing this because he was just kicked out of his apartment, or her apartment, actually. It's her apartment.
Oh, perfect.
Was your name was your name on the lease?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Harry.
I'm on 3 leases still, I think, actually.
Wait a minute, hang on.
Wait a second. You're putting up Pat Godwin numbers here.
We need to know the official count. Three
It's
leases.
actually 2. I'm on 2.
Okay.
I'm on 2 leases.
All right.
What? What's your credit rating?
Oh, boy. Well, okay. Well, we'll explain how the show works by demonstrating the sexy time. But before we do, I want to slow down for just a second and remind you, if you drive over the speed limit by a little or a lot, you can hurt somebody. Speeding catches up with you. Please slow down. Paid for by NHTSA. So slow down out there, especially when you're in those work zones. People are working hard to get those roads fixed up. We don't want to get anybody hurt. Now, by the way, Allie, during this segment, we're going to break away briefly because we're also going to pick our Napa Big Deal of the Week, and we're going to let Ryan decide what it is. But first, let's get to sexy time, and let's let him weigh in. What have you got?
Dear Allie, my girlfriend stays at my place while I'm at work sometimes, and I have security cameras in the house, not in the bathrooms. So I looked to see what she was up to, and I saw her watching TV and picking her nose and eating it.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, yeah.
WTF do I do? I can't bring it up, but I can't not bring it up. And I don't know if I'll ever be attracted to her in the same way again. Help.
Wow.
Boy, oh boy.
I'm out.
You're out.
I thought this was going to take a sexy turn when they talked about the cameras in the house. That did not go the way I thought it was gonna go.
It took an even sexier turn than we thought. How disgusting. Boy, that's so gross.
Remember that song when you were a kid? Everybody's doing it, picking their nose and chewing it.
No, I never heard that.
Where did you grow up?
No, I heard that.
Few things gross me out more than that.
That's just awful.
Yeah.
God, that's awful.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, Ryan? And this is not contingent on whether or not she's paying the rent.
Oh, okay. Well, it does seem interesting. Like, I've always wondered, like, does it matter what stage it's in to still eat it?
Oh,
but I don't understand how that's still a thing that happens.
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
You answered your own question, sir. You said you're no longer attracted to her. You got to break up.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now we could
Does he tell her why?
We could have one of our broken relationship experts come right over there and help you.
Yeah.
If you need to.
Can you imagine if you're like, so do you want to go get Thai food? No, I don't really like Thai food. Like, oh, you're going to be picky about where we're going to go eat?
After, why don't you just eat your, what is it Haywood said? Why don't you eat your face and cut out the middleman, right?
Oh, God, that's so disgusting.
That's bad.
Yep, end it.
Yeah.
Don't give her a reason either.
Yeah. No, why wouldn't you give her a reason?
And by the way, next time you write, would you please have something really cool happening with those cameras on?
Yeah.
That'd be way better.
Well, this is interesting.
By the way, do you think this is someone's kink? You think someone is turned on by that? Maybe.
Absolutely.
Sadly, yes.
We've discovered over the years that there's two nouns, and it's a fetish. Yeah.
Whatever they may be.
Yeah, like spare tire.
There you go.
Spare tire mayonnaise. Oh, man.
Oh, God, I'd love it if somebody smeared mayonnaise in a spare tire.
Oh, man, run over me.
In fact, right now, somebody listening is going, they're finally talking about it.
Oh, well, I was just looking at frisbeeundermyass.com.
I don't mind.
The only way I can arrive.
I don't mind an ass on a frisbee. Hang on a second.
Slide around a bit, wouldn't it?
Gotta be sitting on it.
Oh, boy.
Don't you like a sled?
You keep yelling whammo, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Right now, we're gonna switch gears here. Because we have to pick the big deal of the week. Ryan, this is on you.
Okay.
I'm going to read you the topics. You tell me which you think is the biggest story. Speaking of Frisbees, the world record for the most Frisbee catches. And it was, several thousand over almost 4 hours?
They were only like 8 feet apart, and they were indoors.
Okay.
Nothing.
How about this? Garlic. A garlic ad causing controversy. It's a very sexy ad that appeared in South Korea.
Yes.
The story that went along with that was the suggestion not to put garlic in one's mommy parts, ladies, because that apparently has become an internet thing. And the famous gynecologist, Dr. Jen Gunter, said, please don't do that, ladies. It's not good for you.
Good old Gunter.
She's the author of, anybody remember the name of her book?
The Vagina Bible.
The Vagina Bible, by the way. I only read part of it, Cooteronomy. I don't know if you read that. Okay, we're trying to find out the big deal of the week. How about this? Someone in Des Plaines, Illinois, won the Mega Millions jackpot. Apparently, one person.
And it could very easily be someone who listens to our show.
That's certainly a big deal.
If you'd like to come in and be a part of our show for a week, a month, a year, just let the chickster know.
I know a guy who's living out of a storage unit.
There was an auction this week. They auctioned off Adolf Hitler's wristwatch.
And what time was it always?
The Reich time.
4, 9.
It's always 9.
It's always
9. Let's see. Joss accidentally shaved his beard too much.
Yeah, I did.
He put the wrong clip on his clipper, so he's got kind of a 5 o'clock shadow thing.
Give me about 2 weeks.
Okay, and
Already filled out.
It's going to be longer now.
Lastly, we found that there's a Cracker Jack flavored soda.
Yeah.
Okay. Which of those do you think is the biggest story of the week?
For me, it's between the beard and the Mega Millions.
Oh,
boy.
Let's go with Mega Millions.
Let's go with Mega
relatable.
Millions.
The Mega Millions, congratulations to whoever won it in Des Plaines, bought it at a Speedway. And that's our Napa Big Deal of the Week.
That's right, Tom. With nearly 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores and over 17,000 Napa Auto Care Centers, Napa is the fuel that helps drivers like you get up and go. That's Napa, and that was the Big Deal of the Week.
Thank you, Napa. Now, let's see. Let's move forward here. We have Allie Breen once again joining us from Orlando, Florida.
Yes.
And you're going to be living down there for a while, or is this a friend of yours, Airbnb?
No, it's my family. We're setting it up. So we're going to set it up and then not be living here, but be down here occasionally.
So now if you had some friends who would want to come down
Want to
there,
rent a place.
want to rent a place.
Yeah,
I know a guy living out of a storage.
Yeah, we do not have to know a guy living out of a storage unit.
Do not tell too many comedians that you have an Airbnb.
Keep that to yourself.
I know.
And how close to Disney World are you?
Pretty close. It's 25 minutes.
Not bad.
Oh, yeah, off the Embarcadero there? What are you at?
What are you on there? The Alligator Alley? Is that where you are? Alligator Alley?
Close to kissing
Oh, my God.
I-4, I believe, is the freeway.
Oh, you got the I-4, Kissimmee.
Tom used to work down in Florida.
Yeah,
I did.
What was the name? I don't know if Ryan.
Well, if say you're in Winter Park or you're just downtown Orlando, you can go kind of north and east, and you go through, of course, Sanford, formerly the home of Larry the Cable Guy.
Long version.
And then, of course, as you head toward Daytona Beach, you get to DeLand, or I used to live in DeLand.
DeLand?
Yeah.
Why do they call it DeLand, Tom?
Well, Christy, it's near to sea.
You don't have to laugh then, Ryan. You don't laugh, we'll still have you back, I promise.
He lives out of a storage unit.
We could have done all this and Allie could still be asleep. But
Allie, let's get another letter out of you.
Dear Allie, I have been engaged for almost 2 years. I'm pregnant, and I just quit my job and moved in with my fiance.
yes.
Last week, he brought up that we should get a prenup, and I'm insulted. I feel like he was calling me a gold digger for taking pregnancy leave while I'm carrying his child. What should I do?
No.
How about not take it that personally?
Yeah,
Talk to him about it.
Prenups are normal now. That's just the way the world works.
It's going to help you, too, potentially.
Yes.
I think the timing is a little off.
Well,
When's a good time, though? You just got to bring it up.
That is a tough one to bring up. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, while she's pregnant and her hormones are out of control, might not be the best idea.
right,
Yeah.
but
You women do get wacky.
Hysterical almost.
oh, they do get wacky.
What song is that? Now you're going to drive me crazy.
What? Yeah, what is
Crazy. Oh, they do
Weary.
get crazy.
Women, you
Do
don't
get
get
weary.
Weary. That's
Was that John Hart?
Weary, that's it.
Three Dog Night, isn't it?
Oh, that's right. I think it is.
Try a little tenderness.
tenderness. Yes.
It's got there goes got to. God, I hate that song.
We've got a fine brain between all of us.
Got to. Let's get to our next letter, Allie. What do you got?
Dear Allie, I left a sweatshirt at my ex-girlfriend's house right before we broke up. She keeps demanding to know when I'm going to come pick it up, and I told her just forget it and throw it out. She then flipped out and told me it's not her responsibility, and I really need to come and get it.
Oh, my God.
No, she's a total nutcase.
It's just,
sweatshirt.
believe me, it's just as easy for her to bring you the sweatshirt, A, and two, just why she
it's
wants
just
to
as
see.
easy.
She wants,
She wants
a
to see
visit.
you.
She wants a visit.
Exactly.
Donate it to Goodwill.
And there's only two
That's what
reasons a woman, an ex, wants a visit.
Yeah.
One of them is murder.
One of them's kind of
One of them,
And they're both at the ends.
Yeah.
They're either going to make love or
They both involve a stabbing. Oh, thank you very much.
Very nice.
That's very nice.
yeah, this is bad.
Yeah. Boy.
Yeah, there's going to be another letter from this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to be stalking.
So bonfires cover up cremations? Is that what we're going to say?
Yes.
Let's get to our next letter, Allie.
Dear Allie, the last 3 girls that I dated went on to become lesbians. Is it possible I'm turning women gay?
Well,
not only
possible.
if you're 3 for 3,
it's probable.
Yeah, you're.
Those are some big. I mean, that's
First
big
time,
numbers.
well, second time, son of a gun.
Yeah.
Does causation equal? What is it? Correlation.
Well, they always ask people, "Do you have a type?" And apparently, your type is gay women.
Yes, I think Tom's on to us there.
Yeah.
I think you are attracted to a certain type of, I don't know, crew-cutted softball playing woman.
I enjoyed the veal.
And a lot of your dates look like Brian Dennehy. There's a chance.
3 for 3, everybody.
Wow, that is some number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better than an athlete.
Yeah, we're not suggesting that you are such a terrible example of the male species of human that you're turning them, if you will.
No. They probably already are, and for whatever reason, you find them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. He has a type.
Yep.
Keep up the
Women
good
do
work.
it with guys. They like unavailable men, and they'll go after gay guys. Maybe he just likes an unavailable woman.
There's a chance, yeah.
Okay, I think we've solved this one. Another success story here in the Bob and Tom program. Allie Breen is our guest. You can reach Allie, by the way, ALLIBREEN. That's Allie Breen on various social media platforms. And tell us your love troubles. Let's get one more letter in, Allie.
Dear Allie, I have been dating my girlfriend for almost a year, and she still wants to do brunch or hiking or farmers markets on Sundays. When do I get to tell her Sundays are for football and video games?
Well, this is a common.
This is a very common.
I think you have to move.
Yeah.
You have to move the hiking other thing to Saturday.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair, right? To go, hey, Saturday.
Sure.
It's college football on Saturday.
What about every other weekend?
It's college football on Saturday. NFL football on Sunday.
I think you just got to be gentle. Just go, babe, I love doing those things with you. And I'd say we'd make Saturdays our days. And then Sundays, I would just love it if we could relax at home, watch some football, play a few video games.
I'll eat some popcorn. You can pick your nose and eat it.
Maybe I'll let you put boogers on the popcorn.
Does that do anything for you, honey? Can we meet in the middle?
And then
People, food, and your own
and then you
nose
go gay. And then we'll just tie all these letters in together.
Whatever you want there, Leslie.
Well, can't you do brunch before the game? I mean, come on, games don't start till
Well,
what?
it depends where they
They might live on the West Coast.
If they live on the West Coast.
Yeah, that's an early thing.
Okay. We've
Or
done.
cook brunch at home, and then she can ask him all the questions she wants to while the football games are
Oh, that's
playing.
pretty good.
You guys love that.
Make her
But I don't know. There's food always tastes better when you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
That's what other people think. This food always tastes better when you pay for it as opposed to when you cook it for me.
Very good.
That is true.
Well, Allie, thank you so much. Are you working this weekend? Or are you going to be in Orlando doing this home upgrade?
I'm staying in Orlando. I have a private event tomorrow night, and then I'll be back home. I'll be at the Fat Black Pussycat on Monday.
All right.
In New York.
Well, good
Yeah.
luck with. Is this a condo that you're refurbishing?
No, it's a house. It's a little house.
Cool.
It's a cute little house. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll
Well,
show
if
you guys the
you,
listing when it's up and running.
If you want the chickster to stay there, you're going to have to not skimp on the video accessories. So.
Is there a pool?
Oh.
There is. Yes, there's a pool.
Oh, my
Wi-Fi.
Yep.
Yeah. Wi-Fi.
So are you going to have to fly down there once a month
Wi-Fi.
to maintain it? Or
I don't know how often. Yeah, someone's going to have to be here once a month. We'll probably kind of rotate and see what's going on. In the winter, it'll be great. In the summer, you know, they sell baby alligators everywhere here.
Oh, sure.
Insane place.
Well, now we have a topic.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. All over the stores, there's all these billboards about selling baby alligator. I haven't figured it out yet.
Why is that legal?
That should not
I
be
have
legal.
no
You're right.
idea.
Especially not in Florida. There are enough
I know
deals.
what I'm getting all of you for Christmas.
Honestly.
There was a kid who signed his national letter of intent. He's a high school kid, and I forget his name. I'm sorry, but he's going to Florida, and he announced it with a Florida Gators hat, and he was holding 2 baby alligators in his hand.
Oh.
I'm going to Florida.
Oh, great.
Maybe
Okay.
that'd be a great practical joke, though. You put a baby alligator in the toilet.
Oh, that's fun.
Or in the
Don't be
kitchen
cruel
sink.
to these animals.
The pool.
Allie, we have to leave.
They're
have
having
a great day.
Bye, Allie.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. I I got to tell you about something else here. Oh, I know. I want to tell you about this. This is kind of interesting. You've heard all these things talking about so-called low T. Testosterone affects many aspects of a man's body, from your sex drive to erections. Bone mass, sperm production, et cetera, et cetera. Low testosterone, often referred to as low T, can affect your life in many ways. Low T can even reduce your sex drive. You may also have just generally low energy or mood changes. If you're wondering what your testosterone levels are, the Roman at-home testosterone test kit can be a first step to conveniently and accurately measuring the total testosterone in your blood. The Roman testosterone test kit cannot diagnose if you have low T, but it can help you decide to further investigate the potential cause of your symptoms with your provider. You know Roman, the folks from GetRoman.com/BT show. We've been talking about them with various ways to assist erectile dysfunction. Well, Roman now has an easy-to-use kit with step-by-step video instructions. They even cover that free 2-day shipping. So they'll ship it right to your house and back. Just take the test before 10 a.m. and ship it back the same day. Once your results are ready, Roman sends you certified lab results, and they'll send it to your secure private account. Easy to read, downloadable PDF. It'll break it all down for you. You can choose to schedule a free consultation to go over your results with a U.S. licensed healthcare professional. That's a free consultation. So if you're worried about low T, go to GetRoman.com/BT show today for your at-home testosterone test kit. It's only $69 in total. That's GetRoman.com/BT show. When we come back, a little bit of history, a little bit more from our guest, comedian Ryan Singer, who is on his way to Mason City Limits in Mason City, Illinois, for some great live stand-up comedy in air-conditioned comfort. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. The show is also out there for you on our YouTube channel. Watch and subscribe. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, I'm Morty Gleckman for Casket Carnival.
It's a Casket Carnival. You won't lose your shirt. It's a Casket Carnival. When we shovel on the dirt, we'll make sure you're really safe before we stick you in the grave. We won't steal from you. Casket Carnival.
We've got lots of games and prizes, and since many of our coffins are scratch and dent or gently used models, we pass the savings on to you at Casket Carnival. And don't forget to say hello to our lovable mascot, Embalmo the Clown.
Hey, yeah, there. Thanks for coming to the Casket Carnival. You're really gonna dig our prices there. Don't forget to ask about our layaway plan, huh? Hey, geez, what's wrong with these people? I'm dying up here, huh? At the cremation station, we want to earn your business. You know, sometimes I wish I were dead.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives. And it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, for everything Bob and Tom, check out one spot, bobandtom.com. All the latest news, information, highlights, the puppets. Oh, yeah, Smack Tom is on there. You can find it. And more importantly, the Black Moods are going to be coming back through live in the building, the Frigamall building. That's right, in the performance area. The Black Moods a week from today, along with Jeff Oskey. Mark it down on your calendars. If you're wondering what you're going to be doing next Friday, you're going to be right here listening to the Black Moods, and us right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Can I say right here again? Right here. Okay, that's enough of that. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up. You know, we learn a lot during the course of the show and a little bit of history on this August 5th with Professor Tom Griswold up next, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Right here, right here. I like saying right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. The American job market has defied raging inflation, rising interest rates, growing recession fears, month after month. U.S. employers have just kept adding hundreds of thousands of workers. But now, economists worry that signs of weakness are starting to turn up in hiring, threatening one of the United States' last remaining readouts of economic strength. Job openings are down. The number of Americans signing up for unemployment, up. A Florida woman has sued Equifax, claiming she was denied a car loan because of a 130-point mistake in her credit report. The class action suit filed on behalf of Nida Jenkins says the error caused her to accept a loan that cost her $150 a month more than she should have paid. Equifax has a statement on its site saying most people whose credit scores dropped because of its miscalculations were not affected by the error. And a Florida woman arrested after driving along I-95 with an open bottle of whiskey in her vehicle. Oh, did I mention that vehicle was a golf cart? A police report says the 58-year-old woman now faces misdemeanor charges. The report also says the woman was tooling along in the cart in the center lane of I-95. A truck driver who spotted her used her semi to steer the driver to the shoulder of the highway and took her keys. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hey, hi, this is Tom. Coming up next week in the Bob and Tom Show, comedians Greg Warren, Reno Collier, plus the Black Moods will be our house band, and we'll feature Allie Breen with Sexy Time.
I was known as the school slut in high school because I slept with girls' boyfriends, including the most popular girl in school.
That's next week on the Bob and Tom Show.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, of course.
We have a guy that is, I mentioned earlier, internationally famous for a little something. It's the only talk show devoted to the artistry of the bass guitar. It's a little thing we like to call Bass Talk. Wow. It's the Bass Talk Show with Mark Christopher Roman on the bass.
Yes.
Marcus, how are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
Well, this bass player, he was having trouble finding a gig.
Mm-hmm.
What a surprise. Yeah. So he decides to take a part-time job in a funeral home.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So he's working with the funeral director, and they're late one night, and a local guy named Stanley Smith had just died. And he's there on the table in front of him, and they're just amazed at this guy's certain body part.
Oh.
It's incredible. It's astounding, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It's bigger than any porno stars you've ever seen.
Wow.
So between the two of them, they decide this has to be saved for posterity.
Mm-hmm.
So they remove the body part. And who would know, right?
Right.
So they remove it and they stick it in this great big glass jar with formaldehyde. Well, the bass player decides he's going to take it home and show his wife. So he takes it home and he sets it on the table. He says, honey, come in here. You got to see this thing that I just brought back from the funeral home.
Yeah.
So she comes in and she takes one look at the jar and she goes, oh, my gosh. Stanley Smith is dead?
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You can see why people flock to the airwaves to hear the fabulous show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Kostaki Economopoulos, and you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Tonight and tomorrow.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
What do we have? One song from him today? He's at the front row.
17.
Oh, he's been performing while we've been talking.
Oh, okay. I
You know that new song about the size of his new girlfriend's breast that is so
I got a text. It's all good. She loves her boob song. It's all
good, good.
Really?
Yeah.
She'll reward you with a little time
Right
with them?
down
Sure
the
it wasn't sarcastic.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, chick.
There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
There's Tom Griswold. I'm Chick McGee. And Tom, we have a special guest.
Comedian Ryan Singer is here with us. Ryan is on his way to Mason City Limits.
And then he's going to go home to a storage unit.
Mason City, Illinois. Recently released from captivity. He was in a relationship with a woman, and somehow
2 years.
She got the apartment and all the stuff, and he's on the road doing some fine comedy. Those should be some good shows. Now, he's a professional stand-up comedian. We thought we'd give you an opportunity to sit, listen, and learn with this special segment of our show. I want to pay close attention. I have a pencil.
Time now.
No, it's time for...
I don't. Hey, look, that was a valiant effort.
Here he is with his joke of the day.
Hey, check, these 3 moles are crawling through their little tunnel.
Okay.
And the first mole says, I smell sugar.
Okay.
Second mole says, I smell cinnamon. Third mole says, I smell molasses.
Molasses. There are 2 molasses in front of him.
Yeah.
I didn't expect the voice.
Rarely do we get characters in an Ace Cosby joke of the day. That was excellent.
Time now for today.
I put that top 5.
Top 5.
I smell
I do
molasses.
like the voice characterization.
I do.
Here's Tom. Tom, today, August 5, in case you haven't looked it up yet.
Okay, 1305, William Wallace. Anyone?
Oh,
Braveheart.
Braveheart.
Yes.
Freedom! Oh, I didn't know you were going to chop my testicle off. Hang on a second.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry.
So, let's see. How about let's go a little more.
1305.
1861. Abraham Lincoln imposes the first federal income tax. Wow.
Thanks.
Son of a...
But it was 3% on income above $800.
Can we go back to that?
That angered all the thousandaires.
Oh, man, they were mad.
Here's a good one. I've seen this one before. 1914, see if anyone knows the answer to this. The world's first electric traffic signal.
Really?
1914, installed in what American city?
Was it in Indiana?
No, you're close.
Chicago.
Nope. Cleveland, OHIO.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Cleveland can't be everything to every in your
I'm
life.
Sorry, it's in the book here.
All right.
The book
As you know, red means stop, green means go, and yellow means go faster. Okay,
Right.
We all know that.
Hilarious.
Okay, let's see. American Bandstand premiered on ABC in 1957.
Dick Clark hooked up with the mob. We all know it.
Oh, yeah, there's no way.
How else you get Frankie Valli on the show?
Yeah, you went Valley?
In 1976, the NBA merged with the ABA.
They did. And St. Louis to this day gets $5 million a year or something.
That's right.
A year for
And
nothing.
since I was born in that area, I get $100 a year.
Nice.
Of that,
Right.
yeah.
Like being on the Alaska pipeline, isn't it?
Here we go. Here's a tough one. This is a
maybe
tough one.
Emma?
I'll give this to our guest comedian Ryan Singer. On this date in 1862, Joseph Merrick was born. Do you know who he is?
Oh, yeah. The guy who invented the razor.
No,
Give me I need. They didn't call it a shave then. They called it a Merrick.
Yeah.
I'd like a nice close Merrick.
There's a drug company called
Go
Merrick.
ahead, Tom. Tell him who it was.
It was
This was not an animal.
It was the
It
elephant.
was a human being.
The elephant man. That's how he became.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah,
knew
that sounds right. Yeah.
Remember when Michael Jackson wanted to buy him?
Yes.
Buy his bones?
Yes.
We should have kind of sort of known.
We did know. A lot of people still to this day pretend like he wasn't a maniac.
Okay, that's the wrong artist.
Maniac.
1930. Happy birthday to the anniversary of the birth of Neil Armstrong.
Oh.
Who did the moonwalk before Michael Jackson?
Allegedly.
Sweet Caroline.
Allegedly.
That's Neil Diamond.
Okay, that's enough for today. Let's get over there and review.
Time now for things we learned on today's show, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts, with nearly 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores and over 17,000 Napa Auto Care centers. Napa is the fuel that helps drivers like you get up and go. That's Napa. I talked about massaging Pat Godwin this morning, and then we were gonna massage each other, and then we're gonna shave each other's back.
Couple of bears.
Looking very forward to that. The Las Vegas Raiders undefeated. They beat Jacksonville in the first preseason game last night of the National Football League season. Our long national nightmare is finally over. It's football season. WNBA player Brittany Griner got 9 years. For the vape pen. Yes, she's in a Russian gulag. The python hunt is on. In Florida, Josh and I and his brothers are going to go down there and get some
next year. You're going to
win some money.
Snake hunt.
The old
That's
snake
right.
hunt. That's right.
Okay.
Let's see.
The beginning of August. That is a hot snake hunt.
Yeah.
Oh, we met a new character on the show this morning. It's Josh's character, Kevin the Kiss Ass. He agreed with Tom about the horribleness of blue cheese and
that's right,
ranch,
mistaking it for ranch, eating a chicken wing. Yes.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh. I do.
There's Kevin. Christy Lee is wearing a lavender shirt.
Thank you.
It looks like a man shirt.
Whatever.
Pink too.
Looks like you
rolled out of bed at somebody's house.
Yeah, you
grabbed a
rocked
shirt,
out at
came
some
into
dude's
work.
house and
Yeah.
go, I can't wear my blouse. It's covered in seed.
And seed. Well, yes, they did. We had watermelon at lunch and
sunflowers.
Can I have one of your shirts?
Thousands of pigeons were killed in Belgium.
We don't know if they were
They're
killed.
missing.
They're
It was
missing.
a catastrophe.
In France,
catastrophe.
they were
labeled a catastrophe.
What was it?
thousands of Belgian pigeons in a race were released in southern France, and they're currently missing. Many of them, I think, are in Germany.
Christy's boyfriend evidently launders and irons. And
He ironed my shirt. I did not launder it. I did that myself.
Christy was standing next to him going, oh, hurry up, I'm getting cold.
Oh, that's right.
We're playing Hide the Brazier. Okay. Well, thank you. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.